And we're live.
Hello, welcome everyone to tonight's episode of Ætherealms Fortune's Favor here on Lakeside Legendz.
Oh, well.
Sorry, we're a little late. Had some technical issues that may or may not result in me getting a new computer, but we'll see.
He just got this one.
Before we get going, we do have a couple announcements, so we'll start with our Geek Grind.
Geek Grind Coffee. Yay, Geek Grind. Okay, geekgrindcoffee.com. We were talking even before we started this, how we're like going, ooh, Geek Grind, we love it. So Geek Grind Coffee, if you do use our promo code of Iconic, you get 20% off your order. So use that code, get the 20% off, and help our stream. Please. It's awesome. And come on, we're great. So you want to like help us, right? So I was not
Ignore the
expecting
screams.
that.
They weren't supposed to be
They
here.
weren't supposed to be. Yeah. But anyhow, so Geek Grind Coffee, they don't just do coffee. They do tea. They do mugs. They do the pods. They do cold brew. I'll say it. West Coast Connor was talking about that.
It's my fave.
It's a fave. But yeah, it's a really good coffee. Awesome artwork. Go check out their site at geekgrindcoffee.com. If you do, like I said, if you do the promo code, you get 20% off. And I think shipping right now is if orders are $60 or more, you get free shipping. I should check that out. I can't remember. It flops. So I think right now it's $60. But yeah, go check them out and promo code Iconic. Get some good coffee. And I'm going to take that and pass it to Miss Lore.
Got it. Also, if you just want to throw money at us because
Stop talking, people.
There's a donate button.
English
below.
is hard.
Words.
I don't like write books
Well.
or anything. Whatever is fine.
Actually, she writes really good books. That's the only one on this
Writing
call
is
who's
different
read
than
them.
speaking, though.
This is very true.
That's fair. Lakeside Legendz. Yeah. Okay. So we tell stories, fantasy stories together as a community. That's what we're promoting here. Love and acceptance and happiness and joy, and do your thing. Don't be scared. You can see all of our VODs on our YouTube or go to our website, which is also linked to our YouTube. It's got all of our social media on there where you can follow us. We've got our Discord where we hang out and have fun and have cool discussions about stuff and share the things that we're doing. I usually do artwork that I can't show these people because it has to do with like secret stuff. But
Wait,
Steve's seen some of it.
I'd like to see some secret stuff.
It's okay. It's a secret.
Secrets.
Maybe in the future, after like reveals and stuff.
All I know is I've seen her artwork, and if you like have followed her on Instagram, I think you put some stuff out on Instagram and stuff.
I
like
have
that.
a separate art account. I have like
Oh,
an art
that's what it
account,
is. Yeah,
a bookie account.
she is very talented.
Account.
Very talented. So
Thanks.
Yeah.
So, but there will be stuff in there in the future. And we had someone do fan art for us, and it was so cute and amazing. So, yeah, we love to hang out there with all of you people.
come join us.
Yeah.
Come join us.
There's cookies. Well, virtual cookies, but hey.
Hey, if you want cookies,
Low in calories.
just let me
The
know.
conversation is
They're
tasty.
sugar
Give me your
free.
address.
It's sugar free. There you go. All right.
That's all. All done.
All right.
All right. So recap for last week's session is
Yo, we're getting some in-character recaps just a bit. So where we last left our adventurers, we were still in the Ashen Lady's court, and we were discussing, whether or not Lexi should take the deal or not with the Ashen Lady. And so we kind of came to the foregone conclusion that it was going to happen, right? But we still had a lot of questions, and like a broken clock, Dodger was right twice a day for being some very smart comments with his questions for a moment, and we all had some very, very smart questions for the Ashen Lady, and it all came to, yeah, she's willing to send us back, and then have us go take care of this thing of delivering an item that is not meant for mortal hands, and deliver it to Flix. But Lexi's got to be the one to do it. So we're like, all right, cool. And so she sends us out from her courts, and then we wake up in this like bayou looking place that's, you know, swamplands, and we have all of our stuff with us, and then lightning strikes Lexi's back, and it was terrifying. And then Lexi started to change. Like she grew horns and I think a tail. I might be wrong on that, but and wings. It was absolutely bonkers. And then all of that kind of like melted away or drifted away like ash in the wind. And Lexi looks very, very different. Kind of gray looking in color with scales and patches all over, and especially on her back. And so that was interesting and terrifying. And we also found a trunk, not a tree trunk, but like a chest trunk that had a bunch of stuff in it for us, like a leaf pin that had basically a use of featherfall, boots that gave you advantage on stealth checks that we never decided who it actually went with. They're just in my bag. Some dust where anyone within 10 feet is has invisibility for 2d4 minutes, a green potion that makes your strength score 23 for an hour, and like 5 healing potions. So that was really cool. And there was a letter that Belmy read, and Belmy also had previously gotten a letter scroll, something, a tube of written stuff on it. No idea what it is. We'll find that out later, maybe this episode, who knows? And then we ended up going, all right, let's follow the train tracks and see if it takes us to Maramir. And it did. It got us to the train station, and then through a series of very, very bad charisma checks from the party, we somehow convinced the guards to let us take a rowboat into Maramir, which we did, and then we ended up at the Heart Swamp Inn, and security seems very lax in this town, which is interesting. All right. And we met this female halfling bartender who was very lovely, very nice, gave us a bunch of food, drinks, and we ended up asking them, hey, what day is it? And Lexi does some quick math in Ed and realizes that we've arrived in Maramir 10 years later. All of our heads collectively just exploded. It's
a
nuts.
really nice visual moment. If you haven't seen it, go to the YouTube and find
it.
YouTube.
Or go to my Instagram. I did like little photos of frames of every single one of our faces.
I haven't seen it. I need
oh my god, go to
it's so good. It's so good. Go check it out. Like seriously.
Everybody go on to Instagram right now and find it. And like it.
Just go. Find it and like it. It's wonderful.
D20 Diva.
Yeah. So we ended up getting 3 rooms, and through the course of us kind of discovering this information that 10 years have passed, Lorna goes and has herself a little walk to sort herself out. Cattell kind of goes inward to herself and just kind of tries to figure things out and ends up going to the room, and then it's gone. We don't know where she is. She's somewhere. I don't know. And Lexi had an existential crisis and went to the bathroom to sort herself out. And later, Dodger went to see where she was at, comforted her, and had a very tender moment. It was adorable. And Belmy and Cedric ended up having a conversation about how they felt, what was going on. And then Bellamy went up to, or went, not up. There's no stairs here. I remember that.
Oh God.
No stairs. There was a lot of
I forgot.
confusion on that point. No stairs in this place. Went to his room and went off to bed. And then Lorna eventually came back and took one of the other rooms. And so Dodger brought, and seemingly in those rooms, there is no Cattell. Whether she's actually there or not, we'll find out this episode. But Lorna went in there into her room, and Dodger dropped Lexi off, and then dropped his stuff off in the seemingly other empty room. Opened a window, went out after promising to return. I do remember that. That's
You did.
thing. And went off to go try to commune with his sword and talk to Cinder, maybe. We'll see. And then Cedric, upon seeing that everyone else had gone to the rooms, go check that out, make sure everybody's there, sees that Cattell is not there and is going to investigate. And that is where we left all of our adventurers. Did I get everything, guys?
You were very
think
thorough.
so.
I think you did very good.
This is why we review things just before the stream, just in case we miss.
Check.
That's
check,
the
check.
real reason why we were late.
Yeah, we were making sure I didn't forget anything. So
I totally
thank you guys.
forgot about the trunk. I did with the stuff in there. I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. We got stuff.
And I forgot to mention the transformation, which is kind of a big deal, just a wee bit. The rest of us look like ourselves, other than Cedric, who already didn't look like himself, but that was already covered in the previous episode.
Yay.
Oh, he looks very cool now. He has a fancy
Oh, yeah.
He's got
black.
an awesome outfit that he got. Yep.
We're
Yep.
gonna have to
Cool.
eventually get updated art
I know. Gosh.
after
Yep.
everybody upgrades their looks.
Bellamy shaves.
Never.
Roger needs a new set of clothes and maybe some leather armor. We don't know. We'll find out if that's available here.
And a fireproof hat for Dodger.
I doubt even with stealing things, I don't know if I've got enough. All right.
Wait,
You
wait.
could just dunk your head in the water.
Would Dodger die if you snuffed out his head? Like
It's
a
like
candle?
Charmander.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Charmander.
Ah, my hair went out. I'm thinking more Hades kind of thing.
We're
Hades
worried that your head
particularly.
is Charmander's tail in this scenario.
I don't think that's the case.
Or maybe
It might be.
Dodger's intelligence score would go up like by 4 points because with the fire, it's
His
just
brain
it's just
cells
brain
are
cells
being
burn.
fried.
He's
Yeah.
burning all the calories
As-
feeding his brain.
Oh wow. That's so funny. All right. Recap done.
All right, well,
Hey, guys.
then let's get into character.
Like when it grinds
We're
against my
back.
cheek.
I don't like rubbery.
Welcome back.
Welcome back to our
Welcome back.
interesting conversation that we have while this video is playing. Oh boy. Okay.
All right,
You know,
so
every group has their thing. Ours is to say the weirdest things we can possibly say. as we come back from break. Rubbery.
Yeah, we come back with
And it's not even
rubbery.
on purpose though. It's not like
No,
the
that's the best
Critical Role where
part.
they're trying to like make each other laugh. It's just like weird stuff comes out during the
I
pre.
don't like rubbery.
Look, unless
makes
it's
you wonder
fried,
what's going on in their heads when you say get into character. I don't like rubbery. Okay.
That's not any better.
Okay, for
So, well,
context, because rubbery could take you a lot of places, like rubbery chicken, or
Just stop here. Just stop.
Just
Stop.
A lot of
Stop.
things made of rubber these days.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
so I wanted to do something, Steve.
Yes.
Okay, so Catel's not stupid. She knows everybody's gonna freak out if she just disappears. So can I like airplane a note onto one of the beds from my little place?
An airplane,
Um,
like paper airplane.
Yep.
Roll for paper
Exactly.
airplane.
Do you have that as a skill? Paper airplane folding?
Do you have
Do you have
origami as a skill?
It's funny,
Yeah,
it's a
yeah.
skill
Do you have
focus for
proficiency
Cattell,
in
actually.
origami tools?
Is it really?
No.
Oh come on! It would make total sense.
You can make it one, but you have to work at it. Oh
I
my
figured
gosh.
she's probably used to making paper airplanes because she didn't have any friends. So
I think she's as good as normal anybody would be at making a paper airplane.
You're not making the uber fancy ones with the weird wings that fly
no,
for a
just
super
something
long
that
period of
is
time.
kind of
Right.
They're
big
just
and
the standard
obvious.
like cartoon ones.
Yeah, kind of, a very obvious, so that if it doesn't land on the bed or whatever, someone will see it.
There's like 10 because she keeps missing the bed.
Yeah. Like, dang it. It's like, what's all this over the floor?
She might do two just in case one's not noticed.
It's all menus from local restaurants, just folded up and
All
thrown
the takeout menus we've
Right.
collected.
from the inn. So throwing airplanes out of the opening can be done. Where is your opening at? Because at one point you was under the bed, which would make throwing
Oh, no,
airplanes
no,
out of
no,
it.
no. It's like kind of out of the corner. Out of the way in the corner where people aren't necessarily going to be like sticking their nose.
Okay.
Now the question is
Probably
which
like if there's a
room, and do you
dresser
hit
and-
Alexi, a Lorna, or a Bellamy, or Dodger's
Or a
bag?
nothing.
Yeah, that's true because we had 3 rooms.
Everyone's
We
in one.
did.
Everyone is occupied now with somebody. If you're doing
Yeah.
this post, it's all
Except-
going to the room.
Except Dodger went straight through and just hopped out.
Yes, but where we last left off, Cedric stuck his head out the window, noticed Dodger about 15 paces down to his
Just
left,
goes flying in.
and then went looking and went, no Cattell, and that's where we left off. So
Yes.
every room is occupied.
So the space itself, so when you create it, you can see the opening. So it's not
Oh.
like which is why I thought that's why you were trying to like find an inconspicuous place for us. That way you could
Yes,
like,
yes.
oh, there's this
remember
big,
the
huge gaping
description
hole in
saying
reality.
Kind of like shimmery-ish or something.
Yeah, and you
Just a
could control the
casual hole.
size of it because I think you could go
Mhm.
up to 10 feet wide or small. So if it was just enough for you to get in to it, then it would be small. You can see out of it. You can prevent people from getting into it. It's a strength check for them to break through. And that's at your whim. So you're like, I don't care if anybody comes in, or no, I don't want people coming in. It is empty in there, except for whatever you've been putting into your space lately.
Mhm.
So it's just a big blank. So eventually you'll have to decorate, but it's all empty. And also you
your-
have
Brooch just sitting on the ground.
it's just laying there. And her lance just sitting there, just laying there. That's what there.
It took
there
me
you
a
are.
second to realize you said brooch and not roach, and I'm like, when did Geralt's horse get
Where do you think
into
she
this
gets the insect?
space?
She dumps onto Bellamy's lap. They're all in there just skirting around. She scoops them up. And you also can design how the layout is. So it's a 40 by 40 space that
Mhm.
you could shape it however you like, but it's 40 by 40.
Can I make like texture on is it texturized on the inside or is it just like a
It's a probably in the colors that are like your most common color, your color palette that you work from.
Mhm.
That's kind of like a soft pulsing glow.
Okay.
What color is
In there.
Like a
Come on.
soft sky blue and gold.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like wheat
There
gold.
you
Yeah,
go.
she said voo voo voo, not voo 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 voo, which would be clearly like purples and reds.
Because I was leaning
Right.
towards purples and reds. Okay.
That's a little
My brain
stronger,
went to
and
the
the
Matrix
inflections on the
constructs.
yeah,
Okay.
inflections on the
Where it's
beginning
just
of it.
nothing
no.
but white until you're like, guns!
Yeah. Yes.
You should nick some carpets and pillows every time we rest somewhere.
Just
to-
constantly stealing the
Fucking
hotel
there.
pillows.
Yeah, yeah.
It crossed my mind.
Take the little shampoos,
Not
too.
even lying. Before we got on, I'm like, should I just steal stuff from the hotel?
Pictures on the walls.
I mean, hey, Dodger's never gonna judge. He'd never judge.
I don't know what she. I
Cedric
don't
would
know.
judge.
This changes everything for her.
So would Lorna.
Yeah, I don't know too, like, because it doesn't specifically say that you can't hang things. So I guess if you want to put paneling up, you could. To like, if you didn't like the boom 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 color, you can.
Sheetrock it. Yeah.
Yeah. Got options.
So anyway, I just go
Okay.
airplane out my.
So we will say, roll a d6.
D.
Why don't you roll a 1 or a 2? Okay. At least this has Pope, because I thought you were going to be able to dummies for he's asleep and his plane just kind of falls out and he's just out cold. But actually, it's the middle room, which would be Lexi and Lorna are in that room.
Lorna's
So
awake.
Girls' room.
exactly. So as you're sitting there, Lexi's
I
curled
passed.
up in the other bed. Something catches your eye as you see across the room. Little looks like a odd shaped flying piece of paper.
Did I see where it came from at all?
Well, I mean, it came this way, so you kind of turn your head over there, make a perception check.
Just a giant picture in front of it.
And where's it go?
Oh,
Never mind.
She
Didn't really need to look
perceptive.
that up.
Wow, really should have hung on to that roll, guys. Sorry.
I was gonna be like, okay, how hard would it be? It's like, never mind. You look over and you see the it's really small and it's tucked away kind of behind a we'll say is like a little nightstand type thing over there in a corner, but you see there's a little opening just kind of
Oh.
floating midair.
It's okay. We'll find Lynn again. I promise. It's okay. I'm
Lynn's
gonna
level 20
go-
now, so she can't hang with you guys.
That's fair, that's fair. Wait, she wasn't already. I'm gonna, I'll just pick up the letter and the note or whatever and read it.
Is there anything written on it, or was it just a paper airplane?
no, I wrote something on. Like, I'm close by.
Eat at Joe's.
I'm close by. Don't come looking for me. Could tell.
And I'd be like, and I'm looking. No. I know, I'm sleeping.
Yeah,
No, I'm
you're
like, you're
sleeping.
you,
Just
you're-
like a please
you're cry
leave me.
sleeping.
I'm
Please leave me
oblivious.
alone.
I'll go to the door and see if I see Cedric. He's the only other one I know is fully awake.
You do not see him. We'll just, because we'll assume at this point here is when he just now realized that saw Dodger, turned around the room, was like, okay, so he's in that room still. So there's nobody in the hall.
I will step out and see if I can find him and Dodger at least, because like I said, I know. Shh, they're awake. When? Shh.
You find him in the next room. Not Dodger, just Cedric.
You don't need to look for her. She's in the other room.
I
No.
did not see her.
I have a feeling she's figured out a way to make it where she doesn't have to be seen if she doesn't want to.
Okay.
I'll hold out the letter to him.
Takes it.
There's a bit of a. I don't really know how to
You
describe
don't
it.
understand a word it says.
I cannot read.
You're right. History isn't for you. I'll tell him what it says.
Because I assume you wrote it in the language you write in.
Yeah.
Don't really know what it is, but I suppose we might as well let her have it for tonight.
Okay.
All right. Well, I'll glance out the window, knowing Dodger's tendencies towards going out windows. I assume I see him.
Yeah, and what's Dodger doing again?
I am about 15 paces down the way, in this back alley-esque scenario, and I'm sitting there, and my sword is in my lap, and I'm just sitting there quietly, unless something has happened to make me speak aloud.
All right then.
Not yet.
I'm gonna go try and sleep. You all right? Sure. Probably. And she's like not even really talking to Cedric necessarily. She's just kind of knew that he'd probably be looking to make sure everybody was there because that's him. And so, and then she's gonna go back to the same kind of behavior of trying to fall asleep, but definitely struggling.
What's Cedric do with that information?
Unless
Perception.
Cedric stops her.
Cedric's not going to stop her. Yeah, Cedric's not going to push the point. He has no reason to believe that Lorna's lying to him or anything, so he'll just sit down on one of the beds and sort of zone out for. I don't really know which. There are two different long rest things in my character sheet that are at odds, so I don't know which one to follow. But
Like, yeah, you give me more specific.
but he'll zone out basically, and just think thoughts in his head.
Okay. Dodger,
Yo.
what's going on with you?
Dodger's kind of sitting there quietly with his sword on his lap, and it's taken a minute because he's really starting to process what's going on, especially since everyone else has kind of like calmed down or appears to have calmed down for the evening, and he doesn't feel like he has to be the big older brother that he's used to being in the street gangs with the little ones. So he's like, everything's starting to really sink in like the full brevity of what 10 years is for him. And he sits there for about 5, maybe 10 minutes, and he goes, "Hey, Cinder, I've got a couple questions. If you're willing to have a conversation, I'd be glad of that. I don't know if you're apprised. Is apprised the right word? I don't know. If you're aware of the situation, with 10 years being a thing, but I could really use someone to talk to. So if you're willing, I'd love to have a chat. See if something happens."
Something happens. Just give me a second.
You broke up a little bit. What was that?
I said something's happened. Just give me a second here.
Okay. That's fine. Take your time.
All right. So you see walking down the street, familiar face of Cinder. Smiling, a little skip to her step.
Hello, Dodger.
All right, first question. Are you really here? Does that mean that, holding up the sword, this is really here? Because the last time we talked, you said you weren't really there. And that gave me a spot of worry, especially since our last conversation. So, are you here?
I'm really here.
Okay.
Last time you were dead. It was harder.
That still confuses me on how we were dead but not dead. That's a lot, but that's not the thing I want to talk about. If that's all right with you.
What do you want to talk about?
Well, 10 years just went by, right? And clearly our connection's getting stronger. There's new things that I can do now. So that's weird, but 10 years have gone by. Like, I don't know how my family is doing, how granddad's doing. I mean, any of them back at Petra. I don't even know if they're still alive. And Lexi's taking it really hard, and it's a lot, and I don't know how to feel about it. Like, I don't really understand what happened and what's going on. And if you have answers, that's awesome. But if not, that's okay too.
I'm limited in my knowledge. I was with you on the train,
Right.
and then I was in the water, and then the one called Flix picked me up, and then I was held in a trunk for a while, and then returned to you.
Wait. So Flix like actually came and grabbed all of our stuff, but that included holding up the sword, you up.
Yes, me and other things. There were others with them, but I don't know who they were.
Huh. Okay. Weird. All right. How do you feel about this whole thing? Do you feel safer? Do you think you know who is stop looking?
I should hope so, but I don't know.
Okay, that makes me feel a little better. All right.
But Dodger, I'm bound to the other part.
That was my concern. Do you know where the other part is?
I do not, but it's still around.
Can the other part hurt you?
It can destroy me.
Huh. Okay. That's not good. I like
No.
having it around.
I like being around.
Slightly off topic. Why are you not why don't you like Felmy? He's really nice.
He's a binder.
Binder. I mean, I can certainly understand that feeling. I don't like being tied down either. But he is a nice guy. He's got my trust.
He plays with forces very powerful.
I mean, well, you're powerful. I mean, the same could be said for me, that I'm playing with forces that I don't understand, which is technically true, but like, I mean, just.
But you didn't bind me, Dodger. You found me.
Well, that's fair. I mean, yeah, that's fair. I did find you, so I just know he's really nice and he's awesome and he helps me stay calm and he's just really nice and I like my friends to get along, you know?
If I were whole, I wouldn't be so worried. But as I am now, I have to keep my distance from him.
Fair. That's a fair thought. Well, would it take finding the other part to make you whole? The part that could possibly destroy you? If I found it and I don't know, kept it safe, would that make you whole?
I honestly don't know.
Something to think about. Probably make me head hurt. That's all right.
But I'm learning more, and I'm giving it to you as I learn.
I mean, that's fair. Like that was really, really cool how I could just clean everyone off. Like that was awesome.
I remembered I remembered being able to do it, and then I thought, as you were thinking it, it came to me too.
That's really cool. I wonder if there's more things you could teach me. Like that would be awesome.
I think so.
Huh. Well, going through life is only one way to find out now, isn't it? That's why it's called an adventure. Or at least that's what Granddad used to say. I don't think I understood it until now.
I have no idea who you're speaking of.
Granddad's the guy that he picked me up off the streets and he raised me. So, really nice man. Taught me everything I know, other than what you've taught me, of course. So, I hope he's okay. He's a real good man. Is a real good man. But yeah, it's been a long day.
You should sleep. Get your rest.
Probably. It's a thing. But thanks for coming and talking to me. I appreciate it.
I'm glad we're back.
Oh, I'm too. Can I give you a hug, or is that not how this works?
I don't know.
We can try. Oh,
All right, so she leans. Yeah, she leans in and yes, you do hug her.
That's so cool. Okay. He gives a good squeeze.
You feel her warmth and such, and then it just kind of fades away as she vanishes in the embrace.
Cool. He's gonna sit there for about another minute or two, and then I'm gonna get up and climb back through the window and check in on Lorna and Lexi. Unless there's a Cedric in my room.
Yeah, Cedric's just sitting staring at the window, but not moving.
Start to climb in and just hi. Cool. And he'll go through the window, check in on the girls and see if they're still doing all right in there. If Lorna's finally taken to sleep, and if Lexi has as well, because she was still awake by the time he left earlier.
So in the next room when you go in, Lorna kind of jumps a little bit because she's kind of like in a in between space. It's like it's that time where you're kind of like half sleeping, but still awake and processing thoughts, and just kind of like for like a minute you're asleep and wake up, and so she kind of lurches a little bit, and you see Dodger comes in, or the door opening is what alert kind of charge you up, and you see he's in the doorway.
She just stares at him, waiting.
Sorry, didn't mean to wake you. Just wanted to see if she finally went off to bed, and if you were awake. If I woke you, I'm sorry. But if you were awake, let you know I came back.
You all right?
Yeah. I think I am.
You might be the only one.
Maybe. Things on the street would always change. Life would always change. So it's something I'm used to a degree. This is a bit much, but something that I guess I'm good with. It's easy.
I wouldn't maybe say it quite that way to the others.
Oh, probably not.
Just saying. Some of us come from places that really they rarely change.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a shock.
Yeah. It's a lot. Yeah. But it's why I'm saying it to you and not to everyone else. I mean, I may be thick, but I'm not that thick.
Doctor, do you need this bed?
I've got my stuff in the other room. Just wanted to make sure you're all right. Did Cattell ever make it back?
She's fine.
Cool. Glad to know we don't need to send out a search party. Anyway,
Not this time.
Good. Well, I'll let you get your rest. Good night. And I'll head back to my room and sleep in the windowsill like I normally do.
All right, under Cedric's watchful gaze.
Meanwhile, Bellamy's just
Yeah. He's got the beds pushed. He's got the beds pushed together. He's all, this is great.
All spread out. This is great. I will say that Dodger, depending on if Cedric is like staring him down while he's trying to sleep.
No, he's facing the window.
Yeah, he said
he's still facing the window. So as you come in,
you think you see out of the corner of your eye, the head drip towards you. But then when you look up, it's still facing the window.
Well, if I'm sleeping in the windowsill,
then yes, he's looking right at you.
Yep, and that will last all of 5 minutes. And then he'll just sleep in front of the door.
I should just like get like the blanket off the bed and like just hang it over him. Just gonna put it over.
Oh no, no blanket, no blanket.
Okay.
You could go to the first room. There's 2 beds in every room. Oh, you don't want to sleep in the bed. I get it.
He doesn't want to sleep in a bed. He's never slept in a bed.
But if you go into room 1, Bellamy is just on a bed passed out. You'd be able to do your window thing.
He doesn't know that. It's
I
just
know,
Bellamy in there. He knows Catel's in there, and he does not want to.
That's true. You wouldn't know because you didn't see Catel. Yeah, that makes sense.
Nope.
You're good. You're so good.
The player thinks of all the things. Dodger is just like, I don't want to bother her. She is a wonderful person, but she scares me. Like, I don't want to be on the wrong side of it.
I think it. Do you think Dodger's rubbery? Because she doesn't like that.
I mean, he's very flexible, so it's not beyond the imagination.
I think you're okay. I think you're gonna be all right then.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Moving on.
Stop it.
Moving on.
Stop it.
Morning comes. Lauren, at some point you drifted off. You did that weird like in and out for a while, and eventually you just stayed out. But I would say it was not nobody had what I would call like a deep and pleasant sleep. It was a troubled sleep as still processing.
How do we do the hit point
Something's-
restore thing / restoring my biz? There's no button for me to click for a long rest, right?
There is not.
Okay, cool, because that's what I was looking for on
But I do get my
one of the things.
I get my essence back.
Yep, you get your essence back. And then you would spend your recovery die
That's
and
right.
that to recover your stuff. That's a
Do
good
we
roll.
get any stress back
You have
or down? Does
yeah,
it go
you
down?
you can recover 1 stress. Go down by 1.
Okay.
Not one button, just one
1
number.
point. Yep.
1 point.
Okay.
Alrighty.
What
Look at you all healed up and feeling good.
I know,
Well, you
right?
said
I actually
we-
overhealed. I overhealed myself by 1 point, which I can't
Put that in
take.
your
but-
put that in your pocket.
Wait,
There
when
you
did you get hurt? I thought we were all healed up when we got
Oh, nobody knows. We don't know when that happened.
delivered. Oh, that's
Only one
right.
who knows anything probably
Something
happened
zapped her.
was
That's right,
Patel
something
and
zapped
I
her.
hearing. That was
Right.
it.
Don't know.
Nobody's questioned, and she has not volunteered.
What time is it?
It is daybreak and such. That's
Lorna would have woken up with the sun coming through the window. She
that's what I
left
say.
the
As soon as
shades
the
open.
sun, that's yeah. As soon as the sun hits your face, you're kind of like
How
get-
many
get-
how many hours before the ether? I almost said Ethernet.
Ethergram.
The
The
Ethernet.
gram.
As long as you have a good service provider, it stays there. Now, if you have mine, you're dead. It's over.
What time does the Ethergram office open?
If memory serves me right, it was like 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yes,
thought it was
typically in most other cities, 9 o'clock is when it opens up.
And
Like-
that's what the guards had mentioned the other night.
Yeah, he gave us
Yeah.
a time. I could have sworn he said 9 or 10. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So
I believe it was
so
9,
How
that
many
sounded
hours
right.
until then?
If it's first,
How many
light,
hours?
like
You're
a
probably looking at
few.
about 3 hours, give or take.
Okay, so Catel's not gonna come out until like 15 till.
Okay, antisocial.
Wow, how are you timing that out?
What? It doesn't
have
say
no
how long
clock.
this thing lasts.
You're
You-
inside a
your thing
pocket
stays-
realm.
as long as you're in that place, it stays.
A clock in
been-
there?
She's been counting.
But there's no clock in there, so you have no idea. You literally don't even know what time of day it is. You wake up, you're just awake.
She's
You're
gonna
like,
just.
No, she does like this little.
Pops her head out.
Go-
You
her
said
face
I
comes
can see out my thing. I can see out of my thing. I can
out your
see
little
out.
hole.
I can see out. She's not really slept. I mean, she slept, but not really.
Can we see
Doing
in?
other things.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be cool. Okay, that's it's like a
You can
porthole.
see
Can
in.
see in?
Mm-hmm.
How much can they see in?
Not. I mean, it's a perception check to, but once it's like an illusion. Once you kind of know that it's
saw
there, you
everything.
can see it.
And you know what she's doing in there.
She's dancing. Woo!
Doing 1980s aerobic classes with her leg warmers on and little headband.
Sure, that's totally what's happening.
That's how I envision it. Yes.
Sorry. I was like, I'm so used to that with Friday games. As soon as I wake up, I would like to go downstairs, and I'm going to order separate plates for everyone, like basically just food, and I want to bring up food to each door, and I'm literally just going to open the door as quietly as possible, put it down in each person's room, and then out front of Catel's, sets it on in front of the little
Nightstand.
portal. Not trying to wake anyone up, nothing like that. Just kind of basically
luck.
set
Dodger
everything-
sleeping against the
I'm in
door.
front of the door. I'm against the door.
That's true.
Fine.
Bonk.
Can I make a dex save to try and catch him before he falls?
Oh, he's on the floor,
No,
so he
you'd
just kind of
be
rolls over.
You'd be
Yeah.
hitting like the back of my
she's
head.
Yeah,
like
you would
literally
you would knock
opening
him
it
down.
super slow, so to
Yeah.
make sure. So
Yeah, it's not like she's barging in. She was trying to be like,
Yeah.
yeah, seeing that he's there, just shut the door again, set the food on on the floor or on a stool right outside, and then grab her stuff. Not all of her stuff, but just like the stuff she would carry with her if it, not her giant pack, and going to go to wait outside the ethergram place.
A lot of stuff going on there. Actually, the thing that
I'm
took you
just
the longest,
delivering food
Yeah.
and then walking out.
Well, it
That's
took you a while to when you were trying to find the downstairs, and then you realized, oh wait, this is all one story, and then you did. You're like, Where's the stairs?
Other people were all saying downstairs the
I
other day, and it
know.
threw me off.
I know, but I think what I finally said is like, there's stairs. It's just like step.
Yeah, it's like
So
3
there's
steps.
Yeah.
stairs.
They're
I'm just
two
giving you a
little
hard time. I
easy
get the gist.
rises
Okay.
that are like a total of 4 inches.
All right, so you get everybody's food. You set it out there. What's everybody else doing? Cedric.
I need answers to the questions I sent you.
I'm sleeping in. I said 1, I'd get up early. 6 would be as late as possible. I rolled a 6.
There.
Yeah, I'll do a d6 roll as well to see whether or not Lorna opening the door would wake Dodger up, or if we're waiting until Cedric opens the door to wake Dodger up. Unless Cedric goes out the window, and then who knows? It only works if you're in the bowl. Lorna woke him up, but that's okay.
Okay.
He's like slow to wake up, and he'll like gather himself after a few minutes. Go, all right,
Okay.
and grab his stuff. If Cedric's there, awesome. If not,
Cedric's not
Cool.
there when you wake
Cool.
up.
probably took the window. Gonna grab my things,
Um,
open the door, food, and then take it not to the downstairs, but to the tap room. Sit down and start eating at a table.
Cedric's walking around.
Outside, inside.
Oh, outside. He's left the inn as soon as he woke up.
All right. What about the rest of you?
I think as Lorna opens the door to Belmy's room, she sees him sitting cross-legged on his bed. He kind of peeps an eye open, nods, closes his eyes again. He's just gonna meditate. Hopefully for an hour.
All right, so that gives you 1 to put to the.
Yeah.
Okay. Lexi.
I rolled a 6, was saying that I'd be sleeping in super late, or 1 would be early, and I got a 6 when I rolled. So I'm
All right.
I was exhausted after that, so I just, whenever I guess wake up, or someone wakes me up.
All right.
As
So
a
Dodger is-
player,
Go ahead.
well, as a player, how long do you think that would be? Do you think that'd be like noon or like when
Tomorrow.
tomorrow? Like how long as a player do you think, if uninterrupted, Lexi would sleep?
She's a teenager, so she would be sleeping late.
Okay, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Dodger's too impatient for that.
I figure someone will probably end up waking me up. So I figure.
So after we finish
I miss
eating,
that
he's-
ability.
I
I
know,
want to
me
sleep till
too.
2 o'clock in the
Same.
afternoon.
But Dodger finishes eating and sits there. An hour goes by, 2 hours go by, and right around like 9:30, 10 o'clock, because he's been awake for a while and does not know how to occupy himself at all, he's gonna, all right, it's time for breakfast, and go check in on Lexi and probably gently try and wake her up.
So as you're
Around
eating
10
in the
o'clock.
in the main room there, there's just you in there
Yeah.
eating. There was the innkeeper. She was kind of vague and groggy and stuff, moving around, and she's got looks to be like a human kind of assistant that kind of comes in the door, and they're back cooking and such because you could smell things and such where they're back there, and she's clean arranging. A little bit later, a delivery came through. And they're talking about loading supplies, and so out back, whatever, through to that thing. And so that's pretty much the activity that's been happening. It's been really quiet here. You can, as the door is open and those people, you can see there's people out on the street milling about in the morning, but nobody's come in. And then you get bored, and then you go.
I'm starting to get the itch to go
So
out. for adventure,
before you
and
go
I'm
do
gonna
that,
go-
because that's a couple hours out there. Where's Cedric going?
So
Because I
Cedric
know where
woke up-
Lorna's going.
Okay. Cedric woke up 4 hours after he went to bed. And
So
so
it's still dark.
still dark. And he kind of like looked around the room and
You see Dodger curled up by the door.
okay. So he stands up, goes outside through the window, so he doesn't disturb Dodger. He'll try to be as stealthy as possible, and he's just going to begin exploring Mirror, see what it's like as the city slowly comes awake. Do we have like a map of the city?
Yep. See if this shows up here. I don't know if it will. You see it?
Yep.
So big I can't show the whole map. Is there a way to like pop out just the map section?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure that out too.
No.
Oh, sorry everybody. You're only gonna see about 2 inches of it. I'll scroll.
Here, let me do this then.
There's a dog barking in the distance outside my window.
Yeah.
That's what wakes me up.
Yeah.
Puppies? The swamp
Okay.
of oblivion.
So
Lovely.
where are we? I can't see much detail on this map. But
Yeah.
You
generally-
should be able to zoom in on it.
I don't know how.
If you do zoom in, it doesn't clarify, or at least not on my end, but that also might be the slowness of my
No.
internet.
Do you
uh,
see the tokens on there? The little
Token?
graphics? Yeah. I don't know what you're seeing.
I'm seeing like I can see that maybe there are some letters in these, but they're teeny weensy teeny.
Are they clocks or letters, or it's hard to say.
Should see symbols on it, like icons.
I just see where it says Monk's Enhanced Journal.
Oh, shut that. Close that down. That's
Okay.
in the way. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
You can close that down. There's a map behind it.
oh yeah, it's still kind of blurry.
Oh, it's over this. Oh, damn it.
Do you see icons over the map though?
Can you move it over to the right?
No, I don't see icons.
No, I don't see icons. I can kind of tell that they're probably numbers in different locations, maybe.
Nah,
but
they'd be really big. I think it's
No.
Are they just not visible to us?
Yeah, I guess maybe because only some of them are going to be. You don't see here anything. Right here.
Nope.
Why did you see it?
Is it a tile? If it's a tile, you can toggle its visibility.
Yeah, it is a tile, but how about now? Anything? I just toggled it on and off. Anything?
Nope.
Can you see the map?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I'm looking at the stream thing, I don't see anything. It's just dark. You can right click and drag to move the map over to the spot you want.
It won't. Oh,
Okay.
yes. Okay, here I'm
Yeah.
trying to change. I'm like trying to move cameras and everything else. And I was like,
Gotcha.
okay, this is not
Yeah,
working.
yeah.
Okay.
That helps because then I can see what you're seeing. All right, I'm gonna get rid of it and then I'll put it back out there. Maybe it's just because
I got it now.
not the
Should we,
map,
Oh.
the
refresh
token.
or
No, just give me a sec. Oh, how about now? See anything pop in?
mm-mm.
I'm just gonna refresh.
Yeah,
Well,
same.
while we're figuring out technical issues so that
Mhm.
all this becomes clear to the players and the audience, should we, I know it's a bit early, but should we take a break?
It's real early, but yeah, just because this should be showing up for you, so to get this worked out. Let's take.
Yeah, I'd only
Oh,
suggest it
you know
only
what?
because we're dealing with technical stuff.
I just got, well, the message went away. Something about a border. I don't know. Hang on,
All right,
I'm
well,
trying to
let's-
refresh to see what it is.
Oh, we'll go to.
All right, well, let's take it. Let's take it to either 5 and get this resolved.
Okay, we'll be right back. And we're back.
Welcome back. So the city of Merimir remains a mystery as we cannot get the map to function the way we want, but that's okay. We're just going to play it by ear to the
Theater of the
The-
mind.
theater of the mind and the ability to ping. So I can just ping in certain locations. So the Heart Swamp Inn is right there on the map. So that's where, Cedric, that's where you're coming out. So where are you heading? We'll just use for sake of ease, north is up, south is down.
Okay. So wait, do I have this right? That's where I'm starting.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So like, what does the city look like at night? Or I guess at dawn, as things are. Are
At
there
dawn,
people outside?
it's actually very, very, as dawn's hitting, very quiet. At this level, you're off out there. You see a couple people on the streets seem to be heading, I would say, from where you're at, southward. They look to, you see that they've got poles, fishing poles, and things like that. Probably heading out, fishermen and things like that, with lots of gear.
Mhm.
And that's all you see at the crack of dawn.
Okay. I guess he's just gonna follow the fisherman.
All right. So as you head southward, you pass by the Greasy Gourmet, which is here. I don't know if you can see my ping or not.
Oh my god.
Somebody put new text out there, but yes. And you continue heading down in here. There you go. That main street right there. That's the street that they're on. That's the main drag. It also starts to slope downwards as it gets towards the water line, and eventually you break out of the more enclosed spaces out to the open, where there's bridges and docks and such of various lengths and widths and such, with boats and of small to large sizes tethered here and there, and they're just boarding up on them and such. And there's a lot more activity taking place here, as from different parts of the city. Also, people that you just didn't see them are coming. They're kind of filtering out. A lot of large rafts and such too, and it seems like have long poles and such, and they kind of push themselves off. But boats as well. No sails really though. It's all like manual oars and paddles and whatnot.
What types of people do I see?
A wide variety, from the humanoid to the not so humanoid. It's mixed goblin-like creatures. You see the Orients, which are like the water genasi type. You see the frog-like individuals, lots of them out here. But yeah, doesn't seem to be any dominant ancestry here.
Cool.
There's also like a smorgasbord of languages being
Got it.
thrown about.
Cedric is going to find the nicest place he can amidst all these people and sit down and watch them work and talk, and he's going to wait for the sun to rise. He's going to watch the sunrise. And
All right, I would say it's going to be as you walk along that pathway right there along the edge, over in this area, you find that that's where it's got a good view of the sun. There's a lot of people actually just fishing right there, so they're not actually getting on boats and heading out. They're actually just kind of, seems to be a lot of old timers just sitting there. Everybody kind of dispersed out just enough that they're near each other, but also quiet. It's just like there's a piece about it where they're just sitting there casting their lines out.
so this fully black clad dude is just going to sit down next to all these grandpas and grandmas and watch them and look at the sky and just listen and enjoy the experience.
They seem to at first kind of like, what's your angle here? Like, are you going to engage them? And as you're just kind of quietly sitting there and not causing any friction, and you're not scaring any of the fish, they just kind of they tend to just get used to and just settle back what they're doing. But even like the as you're sitting there and watching them, those that know each other also kind of in hushed tones. It's like almost like an understanding, like this is just quiet time, quiet morning time, and just if you're gonna talk, you whisper and you fish, and you see the sun come up and rise up. It's glimmering off of the waters. You see the out there amongst the floating plant life and such, some gators and such swimming by, but you seem to be just as much as respecting the quiet as the people are.
Cedric's gonna respect the quiet. He's gonna sit there, listen to the murmurings, and watch the sunrise. It's gonna be real nice. And he'll head back when the sun's like well near.
Roll a d20.
Yeah.
It's a very nice sunrise.
Awesome.
You're like, I was like, wow, that's actually like, it's beautiful. The skies, as the aurora of the evening starts to peek out, because as you're walking by, it's still overcast with clouds started clearing out. The aurora was just starting to dissipate and kind of fade, shifts over from the night colors into the day as the sun comes up and glimmering off the waters. About this same time, Lorna is making her way to the Ætherealms office, which is based on the kind of where they mention it, you're kind of making your way there, but you're not exactly sure where it's at specifically. Do you ask?
Not right away, but if it's starting to get lighter outside and more towards the time when she knows it should be open and she hasn't found it, then yes, she would.
It's the way that the city is established too. It's lots of different levels with spiraling ramps that go to one level, that drop down. Some of them are 2-story buildings that the entrance is on the top story, and that's where the road is. Other ones it's down below.
I thought she had found it the night before because she got the directions. She went there.
Found yeah, because it was down. Yeah, because it was because now I remember the direction that you went that night. It was in the direction where it would have been.
Yeah, so I mean, fair if she has to try and remember, but it wasn't that far off either. I remember.
No, it's in
because I think Cattell went back to the room, but Lorna went for the walk, and then she sat there for a while, and then she went back.
So where it's located is adjacent to this big market square. There's this large central building that seems to be many stories, almost like a central pillar to this portion of the city. But you see windows and such in the structure as well. So it seems like it serves as both pillar and office space of some sort. And there's like a open square, and you see that they're putting tents and stalls and whatnot for the day's events. And that is where there's a building where the Ætherealms office is located out.
She would find a place as far out of the way as she could possibly be, just watching the door, waiting for it to be open.
Okay. Of the entire city, this is probably the most crowded.
Yep. So it is very much, if there's a barrel or a bench or anything that she can just sit on, knees to her chest, bow kind of probably held across her chest, and just watching the door. If not, same kind of idea, but standing as far out of the hubbub as it possibly can get.
You can actually achieve both. So you can find
over on the bench.
Yeah, so finds a kind of a place that's off to the side. There's still just lots of people moving about, but you're not among them. You're kind of on the edges of it, still within sight of the building. So you're kind of keeping tabs on it, and people are walking past it. It doesn't seem that it's open at this point.
She's definitely controlled breathing, like not comfortable.
On this main building here that you pick up just from overhearing people and chit chat, or the languages you do understand, that is the council house, and it has a huge clock on it that does ring the hours as they tick by. So you're able to kind of keep up with, okay, it should be opening soon. And then so that's here. And then the primary market areas are right there. All right, so Lexi's sleeping in. Dodger, you're going to, all right, so actually let me get to Bellamy now, because you're just only doing an hour. So you do your meditation. Then what?
I guess I'll try to see if anyone else is awake. So I'll peek through some of the other rooms.
You see Lexi crashed on the bed, and the other room is empty.
Okay, I'll just head down to the common area.
Hey, there's Dodger. So as you
And-
enter into the common space out there, you see Dodgers hanging out.
Okay, I'll probably pop a squat, chit chat, wait for everyone to see what the plan is.
So those same hours that Dodger was sitting there, you're experiencing that same feeling because nobody's coming.
I mean, if I've got somebody to talk to, then that's a slightly different
Yeah.
story. But still, but basically, like you sit down and I look over at you and just go. So, big news last night.
Yeah, sure was something, right?
Yeah, it was a lot. How you feeling?
To be honest, I'm not quite sure. Feel like I'm still reeling from the news. I mean, what does that mean for this professor, right? I mean, are we still looking to, help her out, or what are we doing here, right? I'm a little
Oh,
confused
so the
now.
professor's her? I thought the professor was him.
I thought it was a
To him.
well,
I mean, I could
that
be
it
wrong.
goes to show how much I know
Neither
I mean, a
of
about
lot
us-
could happen in 10 years, I guess. I don't know.
Well, neither of us were there when everyone else got the
Very true.
quest, whatever. So
But they had said his name is Professor Jules Edgar Goodall.
that's
I
still a gender
assumed-
neutral name.
I assumed Jules was okay.
Like Jules Verne.
Gender neutral name.
Gotcha.
I don't know. So I mean that's a fair point. A lot can happen in 10 years. So
I mean, do
That's
we even
something.
want to continue? I mean, the rest of these folks were trying to help out Fisk, but if it's been 10 years, we're trying to lay low, or
well, I think we still have to go through with it just a bit to at least get the item and then take it to Flix so that he can get it to the Ashen Lady and
Right.
all that. So we kind of still have to do it, but I don't know if this professor is still looking for it or if they've already found it. Send somebody else to do the dirty work. Probably not if we're on this mission, but I don't know. Maybe.
well, we should probably wait for the rest of the folks before trying to find this professor at.
Yeah, but I think we got some time. New city, and that's kind of exciting. So, we could get some supplies or some new things, and then go check out this mission quest, whatever. But yeah, I think we've got some time. We could probably spend a few days here. Maybe a
Sure.
week.
What's a few days when 10 years goes by in a flash? What's a couple of days, right?
I mean, you're not wrong. Time's weird.
Yeah, sure is.
So.
All right, well, eventually the small talk runs out. Nobody else is showing
I
up.
mean, it was good. It was good small talk. All right.
Yeah. It's just I eventually get to the.
Time's
What do you think
weird.
the weather's going to be?
Yeah.
Heard there's rain coming.
What are your dreams, aspirations?
What's your sign?
A lot
What's
of
your spirit
awkward
animal?
pauses, trying to broach conversations that not too sure if we're ready for, not knowing how to handle it. Social situations are awkward, kids.
I guess out of curiosity, is Ramil with you?
Yeah.
That is a good
Yeah.
question.
Yep.
Hey, we got Remy.
I'm making sure to keep him close by now all the time.
I mean, He's such a sweet boy. I like him. So. Anyway, I think it's time to get Lexi up. After
For
a
any,
passage of
for
time.
any new viewers, Ramil is a Scorpio.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was also trying to
He's a
think if
sweet
Ramil has
scorpion
directly
head.
like done anything remotely cute.
Except for just existing.
I'm sorry,
I mean-
but the little plushie that he puts up makes it cute.
It does make it cute. That, and you got to remember,
Right there.
Spencer's perspective of what cute animals are like. He probably was friends with rats. Let's be honest.
I feel like a rat would be a step
knew-
up from a Scorpio.
Yeah,
though.
rats are pretty cute.
Hey, don't offend him. Gosh, they're so harsh.
You know, I can offend anybody I want. All right, we create him, but still.
Alrighty. So are you jumping up and down on the bed or?
Well, what time?
I've got plans.
Because if you waited until 9:30, then Catal would have gone out already.
Yeah, it depends on. I guess can they even hear the chimes and stuff like that inside the place? Oh, so
In
you
the
guys would
distance,
know.
yeah, you can hear her off in the distance. So.
Then yeah, Dodger would probably wait until about 9:30, 9:45. So right around the time that Catal is getting up.
Well, is
Or
it
has
9 or
already left.
10 when the ether office opens? Because she'd be going before it opens.
9.
Okay.
So, Catal, you come out and you see those two sitting in the common room, unless you snuck out a side window.
Or
No,
or you decide to wake me up.
No, I feel like Lexi has had a hard time, just like the rest of us, and decides just let her do her thing. I'm actually going to go to the innkeeper and ask for direct directions to the ether office.
All right, so she gives you very specific directions.
And just without looking at the guys, I will, with purpose, head off.
Totally snubbed you two.
Yeah, seriously.
And she's got her hair up, and she looks a little different. Like, it doesn't look like she was like all cozy up until this point. She's been doing stuff. So go straight to the office. And then if I'll keep an eye out for Lorna, because having overheard everything last night, I figure she's in the same exact mind space as I am with finding out if she ever sent anything, if anything is there after all these years, and sending out some more stuff.
All right, so she leaves. She comes in the room. You notice her. She goes right towards the innkeeper, speaks with her for a moment, and then right out the door.
Well,
Isn't that nice?
yeah. Probably got a lot on her mind.
Sure.
Yeah, family, all that. Oh, should probably get Lexi up. I'll be back in a moment, and I'll head upstairs. Not too sure how to feel about that.
She looks like there was an absolute like determined purpose, like she was set. Everything. She didn't.
That does not make him any less nervous. I hope you understand. He has a hard time.
It's nothing against you.
Right, but you have to
But
think.
No.
We're
I
used to you
understand that as a
checking
player.
in on everybody. You're like always only the one that's like everything
That's
good,
true.
and you totally did not do that.
I totally didn't do that, and so that makes him a bit nervous. That, and he has a hard time distinguishing between the "I'm about to go kill somebody" look and "I've got a very serious task to take care of." It's a very similar look from his
I
point
have a
of view.
list. 5
So-
people must
so
die
he's
in
like-
this town.
I don't know how I feel about that. I'm gonna go to the room, not upstairs, because there are no stairs.
That's
Steph,
never going to not be a thing.
I know. I feel like I'm just going to have to build a second floor on this place just so that way it's established. There's 2 stories.
I mean, that's a stereotypical thing for taverns.
It
and
is.
That's we're all used to it.
He's
Yep.
breaking the mold.
It is. Yeah, it's mixing things up a little bit.
I'm not upset by it by any means. It just means that you have to deal with this running gag.
Yes. So Cedric, you're down by the out there with as the sun rose.
Down by
It's
the
been a
lakeside.
while now since that's happened.
Down by the lakeside.
I don't know.
Yes.
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
Just still just hanging out there for a while.
He'll start heading back when the sun is good up. So, what season is it?
It is fall, autumn.
Okay.
No, really? Based on how the person who sent us here at this particular time, of course it's fall. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
Yeah, it's early
We
fall.
totally died on my birthday.
Given the
Oh my God.
given the long nights, I guess he'll be heading back around like 10-ish, 10:30ish.
All right, so we got some stuff to do before that happens. Now I have a picture of Cattell just sitting in that train in that little corner with like a cupcake and a candle. Happy birthday to
No, that's
me.
not what she was doing.
She was on top of the train. Happy birthday.
Yeah. Frosting flying.
She doesn't actually know when her birthday is. I mean, she could
I
tell you
do.
the date. She could tell you the date, but she doesn't really.
I mean,
I can
that's
tell you the
fair, but
date
also
and the
she's on
time.
top of the train trying to light a candle. Good luck.
That's true.
She could totally do it.
I have
She
no
could
doubt.
tell the fire. Okay, so got a little bit of time for Cedric starts heading back. So you go to wake Lexi up.
So Sasha opens the door real quiet, leaves it open, privacy and all that, and kind of gets semi close to the bed. Does one poke, two pokes, and instead of the third poke, just kind of goes, "It's a great day, great day, great day! It's time to get up and meet your great day."
As soon as you do that, I like fly out of the bed. What? What?
It's time to wake up, and you got your food on the table.
Okay. No one's hurt.
No,
Okay.
no one's hurt.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry. It used to make the little ones in the street gang excited for the day.
Well, I'm
So,
glad it's a great day. Whew, okay. There's food?
Yeah, right there.
Okay. I crawl over to the food and I'm starved. I'm like
Cold, but it's
chowing down. What's that?
It's cold, but it's good.
I don't care. Breakfast food, cold, whatever. Yeah, what kind of
Hey,
food is it?
don't knock cold bacon. Cold bacon is great.
What time is it?
I mean, numbers aren't really my strong suit, but I think it's somewhere in the late morning, mid to late morning.
We gotta go to the place. The Ætherealms place.
Oh, that place, yeah.
Yeah.
How
you doing today?
I'm doing all right. Belmy's in the tap room, and I think everyone else has wandered off into the city. I didn't see Cedric this morning or Lorna, but I did see Cattell. Very determined look. Either she's going to kill somebody or she's got things to do. No idea which.
Okay. All right. Okay. So I grab like bacon and like stuff I could grab. Let's go.
All right.
Let's get this day started.
Yeah,
Answers.
let's
I
do
need
it.
answers.
We can make that happen. It's an adventure.
Yes, let's go. Heading out with
All right,
bacon.
so heading out.
I better have some bacon.
Yes, there's bacon. Just out of fear. Somebody just killed a pig and just cooked it for you. Bellamy, they come into the common room.
Good morning, Bellamy.
Morning, how are you?
Good. Just expected. How about you? You okay?
Yeah, I'm still alive, right? Right.
Well, that's the way to look at it. That's how I'm going to look at it.
Yep. What's the plan?
I need to go to see if I've had an ethergram from Atrix. This is where he was supposed to send me a message finally.
How long do they hold messages for?
That's what I have to find out. I guess we'll find out.
More than welcome and come with us.
Sure, yeah. Use some fresh air.
All right, let's go.
Yeah.
All right, so you're heading off. Catel's many minutes ahead.
Oh yeah.
And Lorna is already there. So, Lorna, you see a couple of well-dressed individuals. One that's like looks to be like a female goblin. The other one appears to be of human descent of some sort. Kind of walk up and open the doors and go inside. After a moment, somebody else goes as you get up and start making your way over there. You see somebody else go inside.
The minute they unlock the door, she's going in.
All right. You can tell at this point you're like maybe a minute or two out still. So you get inside, and it's be a small, kind of like a 10 by 10 room with what looks to be more space back behind a door. There's a counter there, and you see like little cubby holes behind these two individuals that look to be like getting paper stuff and kind of just setting things up. And the person who entered in right before you just goes up, and they're talking to the individual, and they're pointing to one of the cubby holes, and they reach over and grab what looks to be some parchments, hand it to them, and they turn and see you and kind of nod and smile and leave. The little goblin lady kind of turns like, "Can I help you?"
I think there might be a message for me.
A message for you?
Yes, but it might be a bit old. I was supposed to be here quite a bit sooner, I suppose.
Can you write?
Yes, I can write.
And she hands out this piece of paper with a kind of clipped onto a board. Please fill this out.
All right. I'll fill it out.
All right.
As best I can.
So it's like identify like who you are.
Yeah. I write my full name and then whatever else is needed. Hand it back to her.
All right. So as you're finishing that up, Cattell, you arrive, and I'm Lorna's handing this thing back to this goblin lady.
Yeah, I'm super familiar with this process, so I would just go in, kind of drum my fingers on my nails on the table, and if you paid attention, they're all bandaged up, and wait for the form.
Your fingers are all bandaged up?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So she takes yours, she gives you, so you can fill out your information. She passes it over to you, and then she goes back, Lorna, to see if she can locate your items, leaving you two standing there.
I'm assuming Lorna notices her fingers.
And yeah, I know she did, unless she went like,
No, she's not hiding it per
Okay.
se. She's got her, her hair up. She looks like she's been doing stuff. So And it's just one of the extra things that is different. I assumed Lorna would notice, which is why I pointed it out.
Is there any injury that's evident with them being bandaged like that, or is it just
like cuts and calluses, and little bruising? More just your everyday sort of training hard sort of thing, like if you're handling.
Mm-hmm. She's relatively used to that, so that's not uncommon. With brothers like her, she's very used to it. Just waits silently.
Yeah, Qadan doesn't talk
Not
either.
So you finish filling yours out, and the attendant, she comes back in and has your information, Lorna, and she looks. I'm afraid we do not have any Ætherealms for you.
Out of curiosity, if someone were not to claim them, how long will you keep them for?
Typically 10 years, but we don't keep them here. They're held in the council house. In records.
And where's that? Straight across.
A very large building right there.
With the clock?
Yes!
All right. Thank you. And she'll just meet Catel's eyes, and then she's out the door, trying to fight her way past the stupid crowd in front of her. She probably pauses on the step like for a few seconds before taking deep breaths, and then like plunges in.
You can tell she takes your forms, and then she heads back and goes to head back to try and find it. Oh,
I'm not
guess
holding
how that's
out.
going to play out.
Right. She's also got some that she's determined to have delivered. So.
Okay.
She's.
So Lauren, as you're making your way through the crowd, you can tell she comes back with the same information that she doesn't have any Ætherealms for you.
Mm-hmm. And I will hand her the 2 that I wanted to send out.
All right. Do you have those ready?
I can write them to you real fast because they're only a couple lines.
All right. I was just more for charge. But so just for sake of just simplicity, we'll call it a silver each.
Okay.
And then you can say whatever. Okay. Is on there. Just get those to me. So you fill out the forms for the message that you want to write, where you want it to go, and she collects those, and she puts it into a special cubby hole. And you do notice there is the this other individual that's over kind of the side who has this this odd looking machine and he's got papers and he seems to be working on it. That's the grammar. He's the one who actually transmits it. And so she puts over in a kind of a cubby by him, and so he's just going through them and processing them and sending them through. So you feel pretty confident that it's going to go because it's with him and you can see him. So and working through. Do you wait or do you?
I'm going to go head over after where Lorna went, and I'm going to come back and cross my fingers I get answers. So.
All right. The rest of you, where are you heading?
We're heading to where they're at.
As you're kind of making it into the space now, so you see there's the big council house there, markets, stalls spread out all over the place, kind of relatively close by. You see various businesses and whatnot. There's a bank that's kind of attached to the council house operating there too. Are you heading any place particular, or just straight to the grandma?
We're heading to the Ætherealms place.
On on the way to the Ætherealms office, like once we've gotten into this particular area of town, Dodger's gonna kind of tug on Lexi's sleeve and go, "Listen, whether they've got Ætherealms for us or not, there's something I'd like to send, but I've got a hard time writing. Do you mind?"
Not at all.
Cool.
What about Bellamy? Is he
Bellamy's
in
gonna
there with them?
yeah, and he's gonna ask if they send messages to the wastes. Once we get
Sorry,
there.
say that again. I was reading a message.
He's gonna ask about whether or not they send messages to the wastes. The waste? The wastes?
The cinder waste? No. It would have to. You would need like a city relatively close by, and then they would probably catch a caravan or something and pass it through. So it's much longer to get messages out there.
Okay.
But you can.
Yes, it is possible. It just takes a while. So you come into the Ætherealms station. There was another customer that was just leaving as you step in. This little goblin lady. Can I help you?
Yes. I just wanted to see if I had maybe any messages that could have been sent here.
She reaches out. It's out of warm.
Okay. Actually, I'll need 2. One for him too. To fill out.
She hands. Well, this is to find to
Yes.
retrieve the Ætherealms.
He sent a message to his in Harbor Rock. We both sent messages, so just to see.
Bellamy, do anything?
He's just gonna ask if they send messages to the cinder wastes.
It's just like, no, but let me see. And she goes back and this desk kind of behind the counter there and pulls out this big, huge book and boom, and like opens it and starts looking through it. Cinder wastes. She kind of calls out over her shoulder. Cinder waste, yes.
Yes.
Right, yeah.
She's looking through. We can have it sent to Qadan and arrange for it to be taken.
Really?
Cinder wastes are very large, though. Where specifically?
I don't have a name for where I grew up.
Well, you'll have to come up with one then. Don't put me on the spot. Come up with a name.
You send messages to Craghold.
We can. But just put it in. She puts a thing out for you to like write it out, and it's like, just put the information there, this section here, and then initial here, and there.
How much
And then
is
she
this gonna
takes-
run me?
It depends on how much you write.
What? Is that right? Okay.
Yeah, they charge by the word.
So, question. Atrix would send it to me under a certain name, but I also would want to look under my Lexi name. Or should I? Ooh. Never mind. Okay.
Do they have alternate names as part of the form?
Well, I don't.
Nope.
No, I don't want that.
Name.
Got it.
No, I'm not gonna ask for Lexi. I'll do my
All right.
alternate.
So, she collects her stuff and heads into the back. You do see. If you want to say time, there's the thing where you can just get your own form, and if you want to
Yeah.
write in Ætherealms out.
We'll get those. He's gonna tell me what he wants.
Yeah. So if Granddad sending me something, it'd probably be under the Cinder King. That's what he used to call me when I was little.
Okay.
And so that was the thing.
Okay.
Don't know how.
Cinder's apparently a very common word in this area.
It's a very common name. It really is. That and the player likes to make references. So, but yeah, it'd be under the Cinder King. That's what he called me when I was a kid. That and we knew my name wasn't safe. So, but so if are we writing down the thing to send, or are we
To see if
I'm
anything
confused.
came back from your.
Oh, yeah, it'd be for the syndicate. What else is on this form? I can't.
Just
read.
whatever. I don't know what else that he said was on the form. But
Yeah, and
just-
to
yeah.
expedite-
just says like
Uh,
blah 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 blah. Get his in too.
All right. She comes in to collect. You find too that you have no ethergrams there for pickup, but she does collect your ethergrams, puts it into a bin to be processed through.
Okay.
It's going to be, how big is the note that you're writing?
So basically, it would say, in Thieves' Cant, because that's a fun thing I can do.
Thieves' Cant it's a sign.
It's a sign.
Yeah, it's not written.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
I thought
the
there was
way
symbols too.
I
Yeah, there
understood
are.
Thieves' Cant is it's either symbols or it's like
It could be like shadow
Hidden
marks,
in
but
plain text or plain.
but
plain
it's
words.
not like it's like a shadow marks, not full sentences type thing where it's like, oh, hey, it'd be like,
right,
like target, kill,
Well, but just
safe house.
to give you an understanding of the way I understood Thieves' Cant was you're saying specific things in a certain way that would seem normal conversation, like very spy language from like the 1960s. Kind of
The
a deal.
frog croaked 12 times this morning.
Yeah, things like that, like that just seem completely innocuous but mean something to somebody else. If that's not the case, then that's totally fine.
But you would still have that lingo
have a
that
cipher,
you could
yeah.
still say it like that. The 12 croaking frogs or whatever.
Yeah.
Don't think too
Hey,
hard on it. Just
Granddad?
whatever he put.
Yeah, hey, Granddad, it's been a while. I'm still kicking about. I'd love to hear from you. Currently in Maramir. And I'm still safe. Cinder King.
Go over to the person that
That's the
5 silver.
line.
5
Was it
silver.
5 silver. Okay.
5 silver? I'll hand over the money.
So silver is cogs, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Bellamy wrote a fair amount, but he's going to keep the letter for now.
Wow,
It's not-
okay.
I'm not writing to anybody.
Okay. So you have no ethergrams.
I don't know where to send it to.
Meanwhile, over at the council house,
Which is where we're going now.
you step into like the entire
Musical
first
locations,
floor.
guys. Musical locations.
Yes. The entire first floor of this, as you enter in, is all one open space, and with on the outskirts, it's a round chamber. There are stairwells kind of on the sides that lead up to the next levels, which then starts to close off and such like that. But this first, it's just a big open space with crowds of people moving about. And you see there's signs posted by certain stairwells and such, providing directions to different departments.
I don't think Lauren knows exactly what she's looking for at this point. She'll start reading signs, trying to figure out where she should go.
She did say it's in the records.
Yeah.
Is what you're looking for.
I don't even know if the
Um,
language in here is it one she can read?
It is there's 2 languages it's written in. One is Terran and the other one is Aquan.
Okay. Then yeah. So she's gonna head down the records once she finds it.
All right.
Trying
give
as
me
best she can to like avoid people.
That's going to be hard to do, but
I mean, I know
do
she can't
the best you
100%,
can.
but yeah.
Yeah, do the best you can. Roll a perception check. See how long this takes.
That was a journey.
And it is. So
Yeah.
so you're making, especially trying to avoid, like trying to get away from large pockets and such. It's just taking a little bit longer. You're kind of skirting along the outsides on the edges because it seems like people are more congregated in the center areas. So I'd be faster to cut through. You just kind of skirt around. Cattell, you enter in similar situation.
I will find someone who looks like they are there to help people and get my specific directions. She's not wasting any time.
Okay. You get that very quickly. So it's like, oh, that's straight over there.
And if
And
I
you head-
see Lorna on my way there, I will grab her.
You can roll perception. Well, it's gonna be high DC on it. That's because there's a ton of people in here,
That's fair.
and it's not like Lorna's like 8 feet tall, and
Right.
like, hello, I'm over here.
Yeah, well, okay.
I mean, if Wynn were there, you might be able because you see like Wynn hovering around, but
Nope, I don't
That
see
was,
you.
that was almost a 19.
I know I thought it was a
Yeah,
19 at first
it was
before I
so
popped in. I was
close.
like, nope. All right, so yeah, you don't spot her. So she's either found it and is already there, or
Lost in the crowd.
stopped to get a rat on a stick. Who knows? Out of stall outside. I don't know. All right, so you make your way through. You head up the stairs, branches off in several that now that you know the sign that you're looking for, you kind of follow them through. And yet coming to an office, which is, I would say, probably like 8 foot by 10 foot kind of office there with stacks of papers and books and such as kind of everywhere. And there's a door on the opposite side that's slightly ajar. You can see there's lots of stuff, like there's a larger room beyond it. And you see there's a elderly gentleman, looks to be human, except for you just see like just slight discolorate, like a greenish hue to his skin in some spots, but otherwise another appears to be human. Looks up. Yes, can I help you?
I am expecting an ethergram that should have arrived about 10 years ago.
10 years ago?
Yes.
Do you have anything to help identify it?
Would I know the process of all this?
Similar to what you filled out at the other one, just so stuff's like where we're coming from, like things that help sift through. But
Okay, I'll give him that information that I know he would need.
He jots it down. Have a seat there. This could take a while.
I will have a seat.
10 years. Oh goodness.
Do I get that there before he leaves or no?
No.
Okay.
But you do get there. Well, Catel's just sitting there. So you open the door to kind of come in. You see it's empty. Over on the side there's some chairs, and then sitting in one is Catel.
Okay. I'm gonna sit down. No, I don't even think she'd sit. She's probably pacing. And while she's pacing, she's gonna try and reach out and see if she can sense Wynn, because she has not done that yet.
Give me an aura check. That's right, folks. Aura.
We'll try to once I
What
find
color is your aura?
Hers is like a mixture.
I imagine Wynn's is just this crazy poppin' rainbow.
15.
You feel a distant kind of like a feeling. She's somewhere,
But you feel her.
but not nearby.
Yeah. As she's pacing, she's just gonna focus on that feeling and keep trying to, in her mind, call out to Wynn. Just trying to see if she'll hear. Can I tell which direction? Like, would I know if back home. I mean, probably not fully back home if I can sense her, but like towards our home kind of idea or anything like that.
Not this way. Maybe through some divination magic or something, you could probably get a little bit better. But just right now, just kind of a general sense is just
Okay.
yeah, can't pick up from what direction. He comes eventually back in. The rest of you are coming into this place now. Get to that same bottom floor.
Hello,
Crowds
everybody.
people. Well, no, I guess you make your way.
Yeah, we're
eventually up
going
to-
there.
okay. Well, eventually after it's been
I'll probably find the best way to cut through a crowd, and if anyone's being a twat, then I'd pick their pocket.
Get back into the swing of things.
Only if they're a posh person, though. If they're
there's
like
lots of
forward
posh
being
people in here. Nobody's necessarily being mean to you because they just seem to be moving, their thing. But if you're gonna try and pick a pocket,
well, like I said, only if they're like being a jerk to others. That's the. All right, you're gonna lose some stuff because you're being a jerk.
yeah, I don't think not necessarily an outright jerk to anybody. There's those that come across like they probably would be jerks, but they're not doing anything necessarily jerky at that moment. But they are just kind of
Resting
snooty and
bitch face.
yeah,
This
just
is
yeah,
a safe
just
today, mates. This is fine. I'll keep my hands in my pockets and navigate us through the quickest way through a crowd.
Like, if you want to branch off, you can.
No,
Okay.
I have a very specific codes on whose pocket I pick, and none fit the criteria for today yet.
Okay.
about Bellamy. You going up there too?
Yeah, follow.
Yeah, he's with us. Let's get the
Okay.
show on the road.
About this time, Cedric, you are heading back towards where your
Oh god, we all forgot about Cedric.
Cedric! Cedric's just sitting in the car looking around.
with a crack in the window.
When Cattell left, there were at least 3 people still there.
For all I
so
know,
you-
Cedric could have been off with you guys. I don't know.
So Cedric, you start making your way back, and you see these very much stand out from the crowd. Most everybody's just kind of dressed in regular attire, but these dark robed individuals with green, kind of like I don't know the religious term for this, the shawl type things. I can't think of the name of them. It's escaping me right now.
Habit?
Poncho? Mantle?
No. What's that?
Mantle?
Not a habit. Like a mantle, yeah, like something like that, but there's a different term for it. But yeah, basically, but this with green.
Tabard?
No,
Not
not
quite. It's okay as long as you whatever you're visualizing is fine. It's not that important. But they have like green runes and such, like stitched into it and such, and they're walking. There's 5 of them, and they're walking kind of perpendicular, like kind of cross in front of you, and you see people kind of get out of their way, and after they pass, one person kind of turns and spits in their direction and such, but they look very out of place.
Cedric will ask whoever's nearby. Excuse me.
Yes, that's my commoner voice.
I
Yes,
love it. This is a very good voice.
thank you. I try.
Who were these people?
What people?
Those.
Oh, them. They're going over to the dark pool. I don't know.
The dark pool.
Yes, dark pool.
What is this?
Cursed place. Stay away from there. Unless you're into that kind of thing. Are ye?
No.
Well, it's not like you tell me you were if you were.
Yes.
Is that yes or yes, no? I'm not following the conversation anymore.
No.
What?
Thank you. And this Cedric walks away, but he steps into the street a little bit to just see generally where they're going.
All right, so they are in this area. And they're now kind of they're moving down side streets, but they're on streets that are still low to the water line. They haven't gone up into the city, and they're down by the water line out there. Do you follow them?
A little bit. You guys ready for Curious Cedric?
Curious Cedric.
If I was there, I would be doing it.
He's a little curious, and he didn't really know that they had to do anything today. So he looks back up the street towards where the inn is, and then he skulks after them.
All right. So as you turn down the side street out there, you actually get to what these looks like a whole bunch of just abandoned buildings, all boarded up and whatnot. It's very quiet, and there's like a stray cat running by. But the it's has a very strong like a moldy scent in the air. This place. And as you come around a corner, you see there's this spot right here. There's the almost like black water, just pure black. I would almost say like it's not quite ink, but like if you took like black ink and like mixed it with water and such in there, it'd be like about that color. But it's not like the rest of the water in the area that you've seen. And these 5 individuals are right at the edge, and there's these like where it just like a little kind of boardwalk surrounds it, and they're standing right on the edge of it and leaning out and just staring straight down into it in just random spots, not speaking, not doing anything, just staring at it.
Okay.
I'm having a flashback.
Just gonna see if I can oh wait, I don't think I have that anymore. Never mind. I guess Cedric will stealth in a little closer just to see if he can see what they're staring at in the deep.
Stealth check.
Sure. I don't have my like aberration sense anymore, right?
Yeah, you do.
I do?
Mhm.
Okay, then I'm gonna turn that on. Are you sure I do?
Just wait for your stealth check.
Oh yeah.
It's in the medallion.
Oh.
That was easy.
Whoa!
That was easy.
So it's like you step into a shadow and come out of another one. All right. So as you draw closer and you touch your amulet, it is vibrating intensely.
Okay. Cedric's demeanor changes and his eyes become sharper. He
You cut your forehead on your eyes
that's right.
because they're sharper.
He clutches his sword across his back as he gets closer and closer to the ground, and then he works his way up.
They do not appear to be to notice you, and as you draw closer and closer, you realize they probably aren't aware of anything. They are like almost frozen, bent over to the point like you would like they're almost about to fall in and just holding that position.
Okay. I'm gonna get as close as I can then.
Right. And they're spread out too, so they're not like all clumped and there's 5 of them, but they're all like they've moved to different areas and such, so they're kind of spread out over that area. So they're more or less by themselves.
Okay. What's in the pool?
You look in,
Yeah,
make a resolve save.
it's okay. I'm good at these.
Suck you in.
Am I proficient in this?
Do you have a checkbox on
No,
your sheet?
I didn't. Oh. I had to say something. I'm gonna re-roll. I'm gonna re-roll using an edge.
Okay.
Good thing I re-roll.
Why are you rolling with advantage?
Because I
Are
am
you-
courageous.
You are. Okay. Oh, you're. No, that would have been gone by now.
What?
Sorry.
You said we
That
gotta
should have
keep it.
The condition? That's
Yeah.
what you're talking about? Yeah, no, that's gone.
Oh.
It's not even on your sheet anymore.
It would have been the 17 anyway, according to the
Yeah.
dice.
Yeah.
I will remember that.
You feel a strange pulling sensation. And when you finally realize it, you find that you are in the same position as those robed individuals.
I'm gonna stop being in that position.
Okay.
And I am going to peer intuitively into the ethereal plane.
Make another resolve saving throw.
It's all night.
Yeah, roll high.
I'm gonna re-roll. I'm gonna re-roll. I think. Oh, it was on the 18.
It was on a 20 for me for a second. I was like, oh, he's about to 20 this thing.
God bless. Okay.
All right, so back in the council house.
Wait. Is this a charm?
No,
Okay.
it is not.
God bless.
That's not good. It's not good, guys.
No, it's
Nothing
not.
good over here.
We have no freaking clue where you're at.
I'm on an adventure.
All by yourself.
All by itself.
I went to go watch The Fisherman.
Oh, yeah. This is so bad.
Then
Okay.
became the fish. All right. So, which comes back is, it's like having difficulty finding it, but I'll go back and look. I see this. Says, apologize, I'm the only one here today. How can I help you? Who is the second one?
Were there more of those papers on the table? Because if there were, Lorna would have just filled one out. Okay.
And do we
In
make
fact-
it there yet?
Yeah, you're all there now.
We're all there now.
See,
Okay.
it comes in. Yeah, this is a while. The guys were sitting there like,
Actually, I think Lorna would look around, uncomfortable that everybody's there, to be honest.
there's not much in that front room. Just some papers, okay. So,
No,
stacks of
like
papers
she
and-
look around at the others. She's uncomfortable because
Oh.
they're there.
Gotcha.
No one knows she sent these. She went when
Still
nobody
has
else
her
was around.
suspicions at this point. Well, she had her
Um,
suspicions since she asked about it. She doesn't know when she would have sent something, but
I would assume that you would be sending stuff. This is their mail system.
anyway.
Worry too much.
Okay, when no one
Everybody's
else
there.
speaks, that was the other thing. We've got two people in the group who generally, if there's quiet, are like boom. So when a question is asked, so that was kind of I was giving them the opportunity. If they don't, then she will finally speak up.
I mean, that's fair, but I have howling dogs over in like maybe 2 rooms over, so I'm like a lot quieter than I would normally be because I'm trying to keep the screaming dogs down.
Puppies. I suppose it's probably me. Do you have a paper and I can write down whatever information you need? I would have filled it out, but there was none on the table.
Yeah, see. I mean, it's just blank paper. He's like,
Yeah,
just put down
and
your
she
information.
writes the same information she wrote before.
You want mine too?
You're all looking for old Ætherealms.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you like, some of us might be able to help.
I'm sorry, that's
Maybe.
against regulations. So you have to be authorized to be in records.
Fair enough.
Okay. So
So you fill out.
His favor.
You guys like you hear him mumbling as he's walking back, like all 10 years.
Where's
Back in the
Cedric?
back room.
I assumed he was with you.
That's what I was gonna say. I thought he was with you. So we
As
were
in-
worried.
Okay, everyone else seems to go off by themselves. Let him go off by himself. I mean,
I could tell you walked right by us without even waving.
yeah. So
You didn't even
do
look
we
at
hear
us.
anything?
So I'm sure he's fine. He's probably
The
probably
last time,
probably buying some food at the marketplace.
the last time this happened, I ended up in the Feywild. Does anyone need to not? Does anyone not need to be here?
I don't have a message.
But he stayed with us.
I can go. It's not important anyway. And she'll head out.
Wait a minute.
Uh,
Why?
She's already left.
Okay, well, I'll go with. I'm going with because I'm not waiting
That's
for a
fine.
message. So
I mean, let's see if you want me to wait. I can wait and grab everyone's stuff. We're all in a party together. So, I mean, it's not like I can read any of y'all's mail. So,
Everyone just do what they're going to do.
I mean,
I'm going to sit and wait just to make sure. You guys can do what you want to do. I go and I sit.
and I'm gonna sit.
Why?
And I'm gonna wait.
You roll for it.
Oh,
I did
boy.
too. I rolled highs lows to decide what Lorna would do.
Yep.
I
So did
figure I figure Cedric is a big boy. I wouldn't go look for him. So
I'm never gonna find him in this place, but okay.
So,
here we
I
it's-
go,
figure if
guys.
anyone's going to, it's gonna be.
we first of all, we have no clue this is going on. So that's what's like I'm just assuming he's out looking around. and-
Catel's just thinking about what happened the last time she wasn't there.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you also did it yourself. So
Yeah. if you
eh,
guys
We're
hadn't
all
come
different
back-
character
if-
choices. It's a great
Well-
thing.
Guys
I love
hadn't
it. I'm
come
here
for
for
me,
it.
I'd still be there.
So who left?
Lorna and
Lorna?
Bellamy.
Lorna and
And
Bellamy.
Bell.
I mean, Bellamy's probably 2 steps behind her, so he can catch up to her fairly easily.
And Cattell, I take it?
She is
No.
sitting stone still. She's not going
Oh,
anywhere.
shit.
So Cattell, Dodger, and Lexi are still in the office. Okay.
Mhm.
Where is Lorna and Bellamy heading?
Lorna would probably backtrack towards our inn and then try to, I guess, see if she could find anything. Maybe.
Well, the last time Cedric went off alone, he went to buy some food to cheer everyone up, and I know he saw how that news affected us. Maybe he's in the marketplace
It's a fair
trying
point.
to buy
We have
some knickknacks or something.
I think we have to cross through there anyway, but it's awfully crowded.
That's back the way you came.
Yeah.
If you're by the end, unless you talked about this right
No.
outside council, in which case it's right there.
I assume Bellamy caught up to Lorna, and
Right.
we can have this.
Probably
We don't need to
before
be
we even
going
left the
back and
building.
forth 8,000
Right.
times again. We've already done this. Like we're all like one step behind each other, getting the same information. So, yeah, she'll look around in the market area.
I really don't think it's going to be an issue, him being gone. I mean,
realize
everyone else went off on their own. He's very capable. Not one to get in trouble.
I don't know. He's sort of a giant purple light at this point.
That's fair enough. There's some strange folk here, though. I've never seen some of these kind. He doesn't stick out too much. Well, he does.
Sort of wish people would make better choices of where they're wandering off. We don't know this place, but I suppose I'm as guilty as the next.
Right.
Although I did know where I was going. Maybe he does.
He probably knew where he. Listen, he probably knew where he was going, wherever he was going. We need to have some kind of, message system, some kind of logbook, sign in and sign out whenever we stay somewhere, so we can avoid this kind of worrisome. Yeah.
I'm assuming we do not see him.
As you're passing through there, and while he's not the same tall stature, he's still tall figure. He's not just as looming as previous Cedric was, but his attire certainly sticks out. He does, because he's just dressed in all in blacks and whatnot. You do not see him, but keep in mind there's lots of people here. You have not spotted him.
Yeah, I have a strange thought. And it might not work. But we know that whatever he is now, it makes me feel a bit ill. I can give it a try if you like. Trying to see if I can feel anything like that around here. I really don't know how to do it though. I usually have to be pretty close for it to harm me, but can you sense anything like that? I know you do your meditation thing, your prayer, or whatever.
Yeah, I don't have this kind of sixth sense for that kind of thing, unfortunately. I can see things that are hidden or invisible, but I can't detect, auras like that. No.
We can give it a try, but I'm gonna need to be somewhere quiet. I think she's glancing around. If we're still in the midst of that marketplace, she is probably actually staying way closer to Belmy than he's probably comfortable with at this point.
All right, let's find some side street or something.
If we can. Once she gets there, she's going to sit down. So silly. And she'll try to get consistently do this weird shift thing because she don't know what she's doing really. And
yeah,
then,
it's I'll say anything's worth a shot because you never know. So
well, I think she knows that
the feeling you're looking for.
Yeah, and there's also, she knows that her mother had certain abilities, and so she's gonna finally, after a few minutes, pull out the family dagger that she has, the dagger from her home, and she's gonna lay that in her lap, just holding it with her hands crossed over each other, and then shut her eyes and try to sense anywhere, if she can sense any kind of I don't want to say dark force, but I don't know how else to describe it at this point.
I'm with you.
Is there a purple people eater anywhere?
Yes, purple people eaters. They're everywhere. They're everywhere. We're gonna say make an aura check at disadvantage.
Yeah, this is not gonna work.
20,
not gonna
You
20,
never know.
20.
Never know.
Even if I
So
roll
it's
a
like
20, it's not gonna work because it's
you roll
disadvantage.
you roll 2 20s. That's happened. Just not now.
No.
I can't even read what those say.
I'll edge it. I'll edge it. Can I edge it?
Yeah, you can edge to reroll.
Okay. Sure. Why not? All right. Still disadvantage. Great. Here we go. Told you guys.
The fact that you
Not
even
gonna
got the 1 out of that by doing that is pretty
it was
impressive.
1 in 400. It was 1 in 400 to roll 2 natural 20s. It's also 1 in 400 to roll 2 natural 1s.
I did roll 2 natural 20s on Friday night. I burned all of them that night.
I know you did. I was there. It was lots.
So yeah, there's just there's a lot of noise and crowds, and you're just not feeling it.
She'll look at Belmy and shake her head. I'm not her. I can't do it like she can.
Is there a way for me to sort of do the same thing and try to listen to some of the whispers that are out in the ether? Maybe I can ask them for help. Is that even something that I can do?
Let's see, it's always something you could try.
I was going through my traits. I was looking at gathered whispers.
While he does that, I have a question just out of curiosity. Can I make a perception check to see if I see any small rodents or anything like that around? Since I'm sitting on the ground in an alleyway. While he does his
specifically
thing,
rodents or just any animal in general?
I guess it's any animal.
That's because if you're like, I'm looking for a very specific type of animal, or just are there any animals?
Any animal, I'm looking for an animal of the city.
Dogs, cats. If you look hard enough, you probably find a rat, though there's so much traffic here, they tend to scurry down the way.
Yeah. Okay.
Dogs, cats.
Go ahead. Let me do your thing.
Birds.
I don't know
We're
if I have
going
a thing
to
to
say same thing. Aura check at disadvantage.
Come on, Belmy. Come on.
And just for the heck of it, let's try that again.
As he's struggling, she's actually going to reach over and hold his hand. Does that give him negate the disadvantage?
She's
+2.
Darn.
Yay, +2.
Okay. And she's going to do the same. Like she's trying to mimic him as best she can. She has no idea what she's doing.
And he'll add his +1 from his deep meditation from earlier. Not great.
Same result.
Oh my gosh.
We're trying, guys. We're failing epically.
You do hear there's just lots of them.
Yep.
And
The
you
two
can't
least
filter out
city
this.
folk.
Yeah, it's just
You
can't
refuse
filter
to
through the
talk
noise.
to anybody.
In the meantime, Cedric, as you're looking over and you're starting to pull yourself back up as you shift into a different view, you see from the other side a tentacle shoot out of the dark waters and wrap around you and yank you in. You take 12 damage as you plunge
No
into the
safe
waters.
from that or anything.
And you found what you're looking for.
Is this armor piercing?
No, no, it's
Because I still don't really know.
It is magic, so it would bypass damage reduction.
Okay.
Okay. Bye, Cedric. We love you.
Okay, he's just hanging out with his new friend.
So as you go falling into the water, are you doing anything? I give you a shot for
Yeah.
that. Even what are you doing?
He's gonna try to quick draw his sword, the sickle sword, and with the sickle end, slam it into the side of the pit, and hold on for dear life.
Okay. Bellamy, Lorna, you're at that place. You're not. Nothing here.
Just head back to the inn and maybe ask the innkeeper if he asked for directions or something.
Suppose so. I mean, we could ask around and see if anyone saw him. He tends to stand out a bit.
And probably ask closer to the inn, maybe some vendor out in the same corridor. So
As they move out, she's going to give one more glance back at the council house. And then follow with Belmy. Eyes everywhere looking. Again, player knowledge knows I'm not going to find him, but
Character does not know. So yeah, so you're looking as you make your way.
Quick question, game mechanics. If it's because normally if it's a ritual casting, because it takes the 10-minute casting, it does not take spell slots, correct?
Correct. That's
okay.
correct.
Just checking. Okay.
Back in the council house, it's been a while. They've been out there looking around doing their thing. He comes back out there, and he's got some parchments in his hand. As he comes out and he looks. The young lady who was here.
Lorna?
Yes, Lorna.
She had some business to take care of.
Oh, that's quite unfortunate. She's the only one I had an Ætherealm for.
Well, she's our friend if you want us to take it to her.
I apologize. That's against regulation.
We can bring her back.
Okay, just leave it right up here. We'll bring her right back.
Very, 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 very well.
But nothing for anyone else.
I still could be looking. This is what I found so far. There's a lot. 10 years of records. They're about to go to the incinerator.
Don't burn them.
But I'll keep looking.
I mean, I can wait here for the two of you if you want to scamp and go looking for our friends. Entirely up to you. But like I said earlier, it's not like I can read them.
Well, I have to stay here in case they find mine.
I mean that's fair.
I can keep it up here if you want to come back later today. It's going to take some time.
Okay.
This is a lot of records.
Okay, well, we'll go tell our friend Lorna that
something
was found, and we'll come back later.
Yeah, all of us were traveling companions, and we've been out for
a long while.
It's taken us a long time to get back to civilization, clearly. But we're gonna be in town for a few days, so we will be back in the next day or two, especially if it's gonna take you a while. Is that all right?
Very well. Yeah, so if I find it, I'll keep them here for a bit of time, and if you don't come, then I'll put them back.
Thank you so very much.
Yeah, thanks, mate.
I look over at Cattell. Is Cattell coming with us, or is she being one with the chair?
Oh my gosh, I don't know what to do. So from experience, probably having waited around for Ætherealms before, do I know how long it would usually take the two people I would correspond with, how long it would usually take them to send something back?
You can't say for sure, but at minimum, at least a couple days, and that's if they're fast.
Okay.
A fast responses, just because the Ætherealms like to get that there. Again, there's not an Ætherealm station in Airship. It comes from outside of the town, so it has to arrive at that destination and then take it to Airship. Then they reply to it and it goes back.
What about Anemos?
Anemos is quick, but again, you're probably looking at least a day just for them to get it and then reply to it.
Okay. She will very slowly get out of the chair and then start outside.
Meanwhile, he puts the documents into underneath the counter there, and then
Thank you again. We'll be back.
yes, have a good day, and he heads back into the back again.
Just before leaving, Dodger is going to walk up to the counter and goes, if there's any way the process can be expedited, and he puts his hand on the counter, and I greatly appreciate it. And when he lifts his hand up, there are 2 cogs, the equivalent of silver.
That'd be a cog. Yep.
Yeah, 2 cogs that he left from underneath his hand. It's probably not much, but it's worth a shot.
Okay. He's offended and burns everything you own. Damn you! No. All right, so you're heading out. Where are you heading to?
To find Lorna. Let's see if we can, as we're heading back, see if we spot her. I would assume that she was probably going to go back to the inn to see. This is Lexi thinking. You guys can think your way, but I would think that she would have gone back to the inn to see if he was back there first.
How far away are we from the inn?
You're about 20 minutes.
In which direction?
You are north of the inn.
Okay, so I'm
So if you're
just
looking at the map, this is where the inn is,
Mhm.
and this is where you are.
Okay, so as we start heading towards the inn, I'm going to, excuse you, I'm going to just kind of stop the most friendly looking people and asking them if they have seen someone of Cedric's description.
I would like to give the help action in this role.
Save you the trouble from the roll. Nope.
She's just gonna keep.
That's what
as
I
they
figured
go.
you would be doing it again. So that's why I was like,
Yeah.
well, we don't have to roll for every person. So you're kind of, I bet you're getting better like that. And he has a very distinctive look too. So it's not like you're asking like, you know, a common looking person. He's very distinct. And like nobody has seen him. And somewhere way back and reflecting in the early hours before the sun rose of Cedric leaving the inn when there was nobody on the streets who would have seen him.
Well, I'm hoping maybe I'll run into that one guy.
You don't
and have
know that, but it's like
I know.
but
You can
So
think
you-
vendors coming to the square early to set up. You never know.
but he didn't go that direction.
No, but with their carts coming from all over to go to the square.
All right, so you're making a progress back to the end, stopping and asking as you go.
I'm looking for Lorna and Bellamy, just because I was hoping we'd see her so I could send her back to go get her message.
Lorna and Bellamy, where are you heading?
I think back towards the inn to ask for sightings of Cedric.
Okay. Cedric, give me a strength check. Or a strength save.
I'm not good at those. Strength save. Nope, that's wisdom.
Should be under abilities, I believe.
Yep. We're gonna burn all my edge tonight.
Oh my gosh.
Guys, we be in trouble. We were supposed to have a emotional, nice moment of getting letters, and yeah, this is happening.
Let's go with the nat 1.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
So as you're holding and you're hearing the wood, like it's screeching and you feel you can actually see it starting to bend in. You're just like holding, it's pulling you, and your hand just slips and falls off the hilt as you go down.
I'll
into
leave
the
my
depths.
sickle sword at the
Right
top.
when Bellamy
It leaves the
alone.
sickle sword. It leaves
Oh
the
yeah,
sword
it's
at the top.
embedded into it's embedded. You lost it, so it's left there.
Oh
This is
my
pretty cool.
gosh. Is it pretty cool?
Yeah, it's great.
Oh gosh. Okay.
I saw your nuttiness.
And I'm skipping down the road.
These people sure are nice here.
They're so
They're
nice.
so nice and kind.
The smell's not so great, but hey.
It's not so bad up here. You're high above the water.
Okay.
I just saw smell. You smell food and things like that. And
Ooh.
whatnot.
Oh, Lordy. Why? Why did you pull out Lexi?
Because.
Or actually, shouldn't even say Lexi.
Serious for
A
once.
Cattell and a Lorna.
Because
They do it too.
I'm a lesson, everyone.
I thought Lexi was the lesson and Qadan was the lesson.
And then
like-
Lorna was the lesson.
Yeah, well,
and...
this is what happens when you have a midlife crisis.
Campaign and this party has taught me anything.
Just an FYI.
Okay,
Cedric is
you
having
did your thing on the train after I got yelled at. You're all like, I'm gonna go up and go to the front of the train.
Cedric is having a
What are you guys
midlife
talking about?
crisis. He bought a whole new
Because
bike,
of
You,
and
because
he took it out for a spin.
Lexi teased her with it, and she wanted to be able to tell Lexi what was going on. So once again, Lexi leads the
Lexi's
down.
fault. Lexi's fault. Okay, moving on.
Well, I mean, you sent me that note saying that you were, while Cedric was in his zone, that you were in his ear going, "Go to the Dark Waters."
Steve,
Yeah.
I have a thing that I want to do.
Okay. If it's
Live.
failing their strength saving throw, you've already done that. You don't need to do it.
I have
Shut
done
up.
that. I'm proud of it. I'm gonna there's a button. There's a slew of new stuff that I have like sort of not really paid attention to, and one of them is the ethereal jaunt, just as an instinct. That's what he's gonna do as he's being yoinked under.
Oh, that works out well because that's actually what you were looking into anyway. So it's all right there too.
Yeah, just all this has been on instinct so far.
Okay. So go ahead and burn one of those.
Burn.
You all are more or less kind of between you guys two doing your sensing up in the market square, them coming down, kind of will just for sake of ease of my mind, gather back at the inn around the same time. Yes, Dodger.
Just before we get to the inn, through all the conversation that Cattell and him have been trying to have, Dodger, slightly frustrated, is gonna put his hand on his sword and just whisper very quietly, "Hey, I know we talked about, you being able to teach me new things. Is there anything that might help?" And mechanically, what I'm going to do is burn an edge for Warlock's Edge and use Borrowed Invocation. Borrowed Invocation is going to be Beast Speech, so that I can talk to some rats.
Okay. Burn your edge.
As soon as I get back to my character sheet for a second, because I had to look that stuff up real quick. I'm like, there's things I know, there's things I can use. I would like to scroll down, you son of a gun, so I can burn my edge. There we go. But yeah, so Beast Speech. You can speak with animals at will without expending a spell slot. I can use this until I take a long rest. Using the Warlock's Edge.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'm gonna break off for like just before we get to the inn, because around food areas, of course, there's going to be rats or other animals. Basically, someone I can talk to, be like, "Listen, you know this guy?"
So you duck down like a side alley where they would be congregating before they shoot out across the street to grab morsels that have fallen to the ground. And there's a one there you turn to. What do you say?
"Hey, mates. I got a friend. who's gone a bit missing, and he's, tall, broody looking kind of guy, kind of stands out from the normal kind of fare that tends to wander around these parts. Do you know where he might went? He probably left really early this morning, probably out that window, pointing at the window that I snuck out of in the middle of the night. Probably went out that window, probably early in the morning. He doesn't like to sleep. Do you know where he might have gone off to? Or maybe some of your friends might know where he went off to?
Percentiles.
Percentiles. Okay. Let's do this. $87.
Yes, me no. Me ask. And he scurries off, and you see he kind of stops at another rats, and he's like seems to be moving amongst the rats.
Do your mates know? At least?
What are the rest of you doing?
Well, we went back to the inn to see if Cedric is there, and if Lorna made it there, so we could tell Lorna to get her message.
Hold on, I got another thing I gotta say.
Talking to rats. Wow. I wasn't there for it because you kind of went off. I was like, interesting.
It was very much a, I've got an idea, but I'll be right back. I promise. Maybe 10 minutes. I promise. If you don't see me, I'm probably in the alley. But I'll be right back. I got an idea. And scurry off.
Hello, little ratty. Hello, how are you?
Hello. I mean, in the urchin background, you do have a pet mouse.
Yeah, exactly.
That's something I ever actually run with, because usually it's like the pet mouse either absconded, whatever, in my brain, so he wouldn't actually have a pet mouse, but rats don't bother him, and they're prevalent in sewers.
The rat returns.
Oh?
And went that way, and he starts pointing his head south.
All right. Thanks, mate. Do you got friends over in the south that I can talk to? Do you got names? Everyone's got a name, right? That's the thing.
No, they are not friends down with those rats.
All right.
Those are the south side rats.
And I'll stick my hand in my satchel and pull out one of the biscuits from this morning. For you and your mates, I'll appreciate it. And I'll give him some scritches on the top of his head and head into the tavern.
As you depart, he says, break the stereotype, not all rats are friends.
I like rats. Good people. Or rats. And go inside.
All right, so everybody's there except Cedric at the end.
Lorna, they found something for you. And they'll keep it there for you so you can pick up. They would not let us bring it to you. And they said that they'll keep it up there up at the desk for a few days. Until we get a chance to get there.
All right.
You can go get it
Thank
if
you.
you want real quick.
What about the rest of you? Did you find yours?
He said it's going to take time. So he said that if he did find anything, he would have our stuff up there waiting for us, but that we can check it in later today or tomorrow.
I'll help you all find Cedric, and then I can go back. It's all right.
Is he not back here yet?
No, We were just asking, and
Okay.
I'll look at Belmy. I assume one of us went up and asked the tavern keep, but
Yep.
no seeing him. Did we ask any? We were going to ask people on our way here, like out on the street. So, did anybody see him?
You're not going to hear anything.
Not that direction.
Well, the people that this is out of character. The people that would have are out fishing today. They haven't made it back.
Would we know that?
No, because you have no idea even that he left. He's just gone.
After we just came back from being dead for 10 years. Yeah.
He could be buying a big old pack of raptor meat. We don't know.
Could tell us on
He
edge.
actually just really liked the feeling of being dead, and that's went to go seek it out.
Apparently.
He's addicted to it now.
Yeah, it's not for me.
Perhaps he just went to wander about.
He's done
He
it.
doesn't seem to
before.
need as much rest as the rest of us, and we have to be a bit of a bore if all we're doing is sitting around waiting for letters.
Remember him shopping in Terravale?
I go out the door and I start heading.
I was just about to say, before you come out the door, Dodger goes bursting in. Guys, I've got a lead. A rat is, they're so smart. But he went south. Broody went south.
I'm going to go start
Southern
heading
end of
south.
town.
Right, fine.
And I'm
Go
going
it.
quickly.
I'll do the whole glance at Belmy, who have been partnered with it. All right.
A
Maybe we
rat.
could speak with rats as we walk past Dodger.
I mean, it's new. Cinder's teaching me a lot. I don't know how well this
Is their
one's gonna
language
stick.
as strange as squirrels?
I've never spoken to a squirrel. It's the first time I've talked to a rat.
Fair enough.
Other than, when you're delirious and whatnot in the middle of the night. But it's the first time they talk back. So there's that.
If they ever talk to you when you don't want them to, could you let me know? Because if it's the delirious thing, we might need to make sure you're all right.
You'll be aware. if
We're
it's
like
not.
walking as we're
It tells
walking and
far,
talking,
far
walking and
ahead.
talking.
She's stopping to ask people if they've seen Cedric. She is on a mission.
All right, you're heading down that main street again. You pass by the Greasy Gourmet.
I didn't go with them.
All right, what are you doing?
I in my head, I'm like, he is a grown man. He went shopping before. I don't see what the big deal is. So
if I look around and see Lexi not with us, I'm going back.
I know I'm going to go do other stuff. I mean, stuff needs to be done. So I just
No,
where are
I'm
you
going
going?
back. I'm going back. If I know she's not with us, like 10 steps.
I
out
would
the
be
door,
going.
I'm
I'd
coming
be
back
going
around.
like to see like if there's scrap places so I can get some stuff to build stuff. I would be finding out about a professor that I need to see if there's other stuff that
Again,
I'm thinking we need
stopping
done.
her as soon as
All
I
right,
find
10
her.
feet outside the door, you turn. She's heading in the opposite direction.
Lexi, where are you going?
Well, I was gonna probably go see if I could get some scrap metal and stuff, but because we're in a town finally.
And I'll get closer to her. And we were dead just 24 hours ago. And one of our group is missing.
We just got to a town. Oh my goodness. Do you remember what he did in Terravale, where he was gone all day shopping?
Lexi,
Oh
if you
my
were gone,
god.
would you want
Fine.
us looking for you?
Fine. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
What is your problem?
What is your guys' problem? Oh my goodness, you guys all go off on your own all the time. I don't see why this is just one time he went off in a new town that we all want to explore.
Because Cedric has changed and has been most protective of everyone in this group since we got on that train.
Okay.
Name one time he's left us all alone for longer than maybe an hour.
He's done it before.
Not since before the train. He bought the food. We got on the train. He followed Qadan.
Fine. I'm
when she
not
went
arguing
off.
anymore. I'm not arguing anymore. Fine. Let's go.
No,
Let's
but
go
you need to
south.
understand. You
Yes.
need to understand.
Yes, you also need to understand my position of like going, okay, he can do other stuff. Am I going to be babysat every single time I want to go do something? We are. It's okay. You're freaking out. It's okay.
I'm not freaking out. I think he's fine.
Okay, so why are you guys freaking
But I
out?
think
that
it's a bit strange that he hasn't shown up since last night. He wasn't in the room that I noticed when I dropped off the food for Dodger.
Okay.
I just assumed he'd gone for a walk around.
Okay. Okay. I will follow you guys. Let's go.
So is everybody
Look for
heading?
you.
I didn't hear what you said. What did you say, Lorna?
Look for you.
I
walk
don't
off.
see what the big deal is.
I told you what the big deal is, Lexi.
And
Think.
I don't
And
think it's a big deal.
Continuing to walk.
I have my own opinion.
And go your own way and do what you want. And I'm storming after everyone else in full run to catch up with them.
Are you following them or are you doing your own thing?
I'm doing my own thing after she just kind of did that. I'm just like, okay, go.
Fine.
Because
All right.
my thing is he could come back to the inn and no one's here. But that's okay. Go.
You're not at the inn though. You're
Yes,
not
we
even
are.
staying there.
We are at the
You're
inn
not.
right now talking about it.
Yeah, you're in the street
But you
right
said
now.
you're gonna leave.
I was going to go around and find out where I could go to get scrap metal.
Do you? Lorna has said her
Yes.
piece of why she's thinking the way she
Okay,
is. You do
go. Go.
Okay. So you're heading south.
Player-wise, I get why you're doing it, but Lexi, no. No, I'm sorry.
Heading south as the Greasy Gourmet. As you're checking out there, everybody make an investigation check. That's going south.
That was a decent roll. 18 for me.
Okay.
All right, I just exit out of the thing.
Yeah,
Oh,
because it's on
dear.
you now, Cattell. It's on you.
Did Cattell
have to
just
get
Cattell
back
out of
in.
the game?
Here,
You shut the whole game down?
Accidentally, I thought I was only exiting out of a thing, a pop-out window, but apparently not. So, come on, go faster. What are we rolling?
Investigation.
This isn't. Oh no, wait, it's right here. Okay, I did pop out of the thing. Okay, here is my character investigation. Cool, awesome, so excited. So I'm gonna edge it. Well, no, I'm not.
Yeah.
Gonna.
Are you gonna edge or not?
She is really freaking out, so yeah, I will edge it. Where'd it go? Investigation. 1 whole point better. Awesome.
You needed 3 successes amongst the group. You got 3 successes. Fisherman says he does recall seeing your friend. And points you eastward. So if you're looking at the map, he points down that way that he went when he saw him early this morning.
Okay.
What time of day is this at, or at what point we're at? Because this was all first in the morning that we went to get the Ætherealms.
It's around noon now.
Okay, that's
Okay, I'm gonna start heading in that direction quickly, keeping my eyes peeled, hoping I see him in my quick jaunt.
Okay.
Still asking people as we go.
I'm definitely asking the rats as we go through, stopping at places when Cattell's talking to people. I'm asking the rats or other small vermin critters that go unnoticed.
Okay. One more time. Investigation checks.
That's an 11.
I'm gonna edge again.
Oh, see, Lord, that's good.
What did Dodger get?
11.
Gosh. No.
Oh gosh.
You're down in this particular area, and an individual tells you, yeah, just had a strange conversation with that guy. He going to the dock pool, I think.
What is that?
Cursed place.
That sounds
That
about
way.
right.
I wish we
I'm
had heard about a curse.
I
place.
am booking it in
Well, you
that
don't
direction.
go there. It's cursed. You stay away.
I'm running that way until I can. If I start getting the heebie-jeebies, I'll slow down. But
All right. You, as you start heading down through the side streets, you notice all the buildings are closed or boarded up, abandoned.
I'm gonna slow down, and my eyes are peeled. I am looking for any.
Dodger, you have
sus-
no rats to speak to in this area. There is no living creature anywhere around.
Yep,
How do-
suspects
Alright.
definitely here.
Lorna, that feeling you were looking for, you found it.
This does not bode well.
It's all good.
How bad is it? I know I'm not taking damage, but how bad is it?
It's kind of like like the onset of a migraine.
Mm-hmm. Oh, great. Okay, goody. All right.
I figure it's something relatable. Something to kind of give a sense of like it, but not like when it's full blown. Where you
She's
feel
at-
it's
she's
coming,
at
you're
the-
just like, you're just like,
Yeah.
I don't
She's
like
at the
this
back
at all.
of she's at the back of the group and keeping herself there.
You keep moving forward.
Yeah, right.
Carefully at this point, looking and hoping he is around a corner or
there's
something.
Comes
no
back to
people,
the ice cream
no
cone.
animals, no birds overhead.
Are you
It's eerily
seriously knitting right
quiet.
now?
And
He
as
is
you,
knitting.
he's been knitting the whole.
He's been knitting the whole time.
I've been so focused on like trying to find him. I haven't noticed until now.
This helps me focus. Helps me listen.
Oh my gosh.
I get
I've
that.
got
I
a
knew somebody who
bad
would
feeling about
doodle while in meetings and such so they could pay attention. You come around a corner and you see you are right in this area now. There is this blackened water I described earlier with the boardwalk surrounding it, and there are 5 black robed individuals leaning out over it. Everybody roll perception.
Did we ever establish how long Aura of Courage lasts? Because it's not on the thing.
Let's do. Go ahead and roll this, and I'll get that answer.
D4.
Sorry, where are we rolling?
Why
Perception?
are my
Yeah, it's like I forgot already. That's something.
Crap.
Before I forget, roll it.
I can look. It's okay. It's what
No, I
everybody
got it.
else.
It's not.
perception.
It's not on there, so that's why I thought I could another source to give it some context.
14.
Um, 1 minute.
It only lasts 1 minute.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean to be in no. Yeah, because it's the equivalent of yeah. Without it's equivalent to heroism without concentration requirement.
Okay. Yeah. She's gonna. Well, we'll see how this perception goes, and then
Okay.
she'll make a choice.
Belmy, what was yours, Dodger?
14.
Belmy, Lorna, as you're taking in a scene that these people just eerily like arc over this darkened waters, you catch a little flash of steel, and you see a silver. Yes, but okay, silver, but it's metal. But I don't think you know the exact makeup of it. Of a sickle-shaped sword that you've seen Cedric wield is jammed into the wood right by the water's edge.
Belmy will then call out to the folks looking in the water. Hey, folks, we're missing a friend. That's a sword there. What's going on?
As one, they come to a straight and turn towards you, and you see where their faces are these tentacle
Gross.
things.
Oh boy.
Cool.
Okay.
Cattell is going to teleport into the water.
You're teleporting into the water?
Okay.
Triggering Aura of Courage the minute I see that part.
Well, that's okay because we're going to break. That's where we're going to end tonight. We'll pick up with Aura of Courage.
I don't want to deal with Cthulhu's children, thank you very much.
We got a party member who hunts them, so
We
Yeah,
got
it's all good.
Tiamat's children in the other.
This is completely in
campaigns.
Cedric's wheelhouse. Don't worry about it.
He's fine.
Yeah, because you're doing so great in that
I'm doing
pool
fine.
right there.
You don't know. I'm doing excellent.
all is well.
Oh my
All is
gosh.
well. All is well.
So yeah, Cattell teleports into the water as soon as all that happened.
All right. We'll pick back up there.
And I'm
with,
not
I
with
guess,
you guys.
It'll be an initiative. roll.
Because
Pick
Lexi
back up.
is so what's the word? Stubborn.
Oh.
That's the one.
She's a 16-year-old
Hey,
kid.
she's respecting Cedric's agency,
And
which
she
I
literally
can get
had a
behind.
friend trying to explain to her logic.
And she
This is what you know
literally
trying
had
to-
a friend saying that he's also a grown man that has gone. It's like we haven't been here that long, so I'm just like, it's okay.
Exactly.
We
We
both-
haven't been
that's-
here.
Maybe,
But that's the
maybe
whole
Cedric
thing.
met someone and he's having breakfast
Yeah.
with them.
I think you're
And he's
freaking.
finally found us.
She thinks you're freaking out too
energy
soon.
person match. A yin to his yang.
I was like, she's freaking
Yeah.
freaking out too soon. I'm like,
They
really?
w-
It's like he hasn't been gone that long, guys.
They went for a swim and the lifeguards are watching very attentively. So like, I don't know
Yes,
what you
Lexi
guys-
also did not see
They're
how
worried
Cedric
about.
behaved around Cattell trying to guard her. Did not see that he checked in on everyone to make sure everyone was there that night, which is what Lorna was trying to communicate to Lexi. And poor
I know.
Lexi, being the teenager she is.
I acted
a
like
fair
a freaking
point.
16-year-old. Just like,
I mean, to be fair, 16-year-olds are. We love them, but sometimes.
But,
jeez.
oh, oofa.
And then when she got all
love
blah,
them.
blah, 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 it's all like fine.
You're not the
Tell
boss
me
of
what to
me.
do.
Lexi's the one that got all blah, 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 blah. Lorna was trying to calmly explain. Go back and listen to it.
Yeah, but you also went in like, blah, 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 blah. And I'm almost like, fine, whatever, go.
I don't know. Well, however that play, 16-year-olds think that way too. The whole world's out to get them. Why are you
Yeah.
picking on me?
Like,
Teens are gonna teen.
We love them.
there's stuff to do. There's
Um.
other info we need to find. That's all I'm
All right,
thinking.
so we will pick up here. Our happy dysfunctional group.
We've always been dysfunctional. That's the beauty of us.
Yes. There's your group name. The dysfunctionals.
The
They're
dysfunction.
dysfunctional.
we gotta figure out a new group name.
That is so true because you got the misfits. We're the dysfunctionals. There you go.
Mhm.
The dysfunctionals
Little
playing Ætherealms, Fortune's
chunky in the-
favor.
in the tongue.
Yeah, it's chunky, but
Look at the
that's all that I
scarf on
had
you.
at the moment.
Wow.
What are you making?
You got a lot
Barf.
done. Well,
This is how much I got done tonight.
Whoa.
oh, piece of
Wow.
fantasy.
I should have been rolled up a new character, but I'm just saying.
Don't say
as
that.
soon as you're ready to pull that
Oh.
trigger, Steve, I'm ready to go.
Oh, gosh.
I didn't realize you're gonna pull the trigger yourself.
Hey, this is well within my character objective. I'm doing everything that Cedric would do.
He would also like to do it alone.
He has said that many times,
Yes.
but also it's proven to be a little too overwhelming for him to go solo on some of this stuff.
Yes.
Nah.
Like now.
He's gonna learn like how Lexi learned in the alley with the soccer ball. I mean, come on.
The fact that the soccer ball thing happened, you'd think she'd be a little more concerned.
Still think of us like going, hey.
I will again maintain, had this happened before the train, Lorna might have thought differently. But the fact that after the train and everything, and seeing how Cedric behaved and how protective he became of the group,
Best thing,
seems off.
Lexi didn't see
Real
that.
quick, do me a solid. Do me a solid. Alexi, what's your insight score? Like, what's your insight modifier?
I have no idea. Let me open up my character sheet that I had closed.
Oh yeah, that would make a huge difference.
Negative
Unlike
Where is it at? Let's
So it'll be in abilities.
Abilities?
What was
It's a
that?
skill. Yeah, it's on your abilities tab. It's a skill.
Abilities? And you say insight?
Mm-hmm.
It's a 2.
It's a 2.
It's a 2.
Okay.
She's
Okay.
not proficient in it. I just got to too.
I mean, actually, Dolphin should be proficient in it now. That's weird. But still, a two is not terrible. You can still read a room. Is my thought process.
Dodger
I
is-
have not been able to
Dodger is
read a
proficient in it.
room.
What are you talking about? He's got a little check mark next to him. He's proficient.
I just checked it, and
Ah.
it was supposed to be checked previously, but when I looked at it, I was like, "Why is there no check mark? Let me fix that." But it still means that you have the ability to read a room. Granted, you were in emotional distress the night before, but
And I'm also
That
in my
tells me-
head of like, I gotta find this freaking artifact.
I mean, fair. But
she's
it's-
also
it's-
like she
it's-
said before, she didn't see the things that Lorna had
Exactly.
observed.
exactly.
And that's
That she
why
doesn't.
Lorna was trying to express them.
But then I'm also
but then Lexi's talking over her,
Yeah,
which
I
is very
just-
teenage-esque.
yes.
It's very
It
much, I
is,
don't want
it
to hear
is.
your reasons. And it's like, and
the
that's why
whole
finally
time
Lorna
I'm
was
doing it,
"Okay,
I'm all
fine."
like, I'm so sorry, but she would totally just be like, no. I love you guys.
We love you.
You're dead to me. But
Well, man.
Oh.
And Cedric's dead to all of you.
yes.
Don't say that.
No, don't say that.
No, don't worry, don't worry.
Gosh.
Steve showed me what was down there, and honestly, it looks like a real cutie. So I think.
Oh,
I think
he's
we're
trying to make a
happy.
girlfriend.
Little beholder.
Yeah,
it's gotta
I
be
sent a little
fine.
snapshot of his new best friend. It's
Oh,
He's
let's be-
doing
alright.
he's
let's
doing
be
exactly
real.
what we said. He's getting sushi for us all. That's all.
Sushi. I love sushi.
Sushi.
Oh gosh. So we have a whole week to wait. All right. Well, thanks
Yeah.
for
Oh,
sticking
yeah.
around, guys.
Which
All
means we
right,
got
so,
time
yeah.
to plan. So what I'm hearing is we need to have a players only chat so we can plan, right?
Well, I already know the
I
one
mean-
plan is Catel's into the water. So
She's getting Cedric out of the
Hey,
water.
and
that
Lorna's
or-
doing
that
the
or-
she's
That or
got
is
the
a
oar
30 foot
going.
is a 30 foot
Yeah, 30 feet.
is a
Radius?
30 feet thing.
Sickle,
It just
water,
says
water,
with
sickle,
allies
Cedric.
within 30 feet of you. Does not say radius, so that means it goes down to that was her
Oh yeah,
hope.
yeah. It'd be it's like a the whole-
Maybe a spear.
yeah, like a
So
spear.
hopefully it's hitting both of them at this point.
Yeah.
Oh,
Whether or
well.
not that matters, I don't know.
We'll find out.
We'll find out next week.
When we see you all again down by the lakeside. Thank you, everybody. Have a great night.
Good night.
Bye.